She's so exciting to me. She. Nope. Not the one I wanted. I didn't make videos last night, so it should be this one. Yes. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Happy Monday. Hey. We in the house. Oh, man. What's happening, y'all? It was live yesterday. Yeah, man. We had to spin the block. I only did it for a little while yesterday. I agree with the prompt, and it ain't even started yet. Yeah, we on here. What up, Ocean? What's good with it? Yeah. Gerbil was good. Super Shells, what's happening? What's happening? What's up, y'all? What y'all got going on this lovely Monday? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this lovely Monday? Yeah, the babies go back to school tomorrow. Definitely. Let's run up the likes, man. Let's get the likes up there. What's good, man? What's good? What's good, styling? How y'all doing? I don't know what's going on the YouTubes, but I smell some hater foot on the YouTubes. We find out there's hater foot. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. We just rocking out. We got the 13. It might be the time of day. Who knows? Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, man. It's hater foot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we in the house, man. Hey, nice to see y'all. What y'all thinking? What y'all got going on? Caught another one. Angie in the house. GV, based on attraction. What's good with it? Boa in the house, man. What y'all got going on? Uncharacterized from August 25th, missing the category. Get ready for the dust storms. They coming. What up, villain? Auntie, what's good with it? The dust storms will be here. Uh-huh. We in this thing though, man. We in this thing. Hey, y'all send this out to Level Up. Let's see if we can get Level Up back in here. That was the most rational conversation I've had with him yesterday. I don't know if he turned over a new leaf or not. Nah, don't be like that. Let's get Level Up in here. He wasn't saying much that was rational, but he was able to, maintain a level of decorum. Nah, man, y'all. If you wasn't here, you got to see it in action. I'm telling you, it ain't as bad as y'all thinking it was. It was decent. We got to follow him to send it. He's blocked. I know. We have a debate September 10th on ABC. Who is we? Who's debating on December 10th? Is Paige Myers? Very curious. Oh, you're talking. Oh, Harris and Trump. Oh, okay. Bet. Yeah, I will. I will definitely be watching. I was like, What am I? How did I get involved in this? But yeah, Trump and Trump and Kamala. They got a little thing going on. Relationships fail because humans choose the wrong human, then they watch and repeat. That is absolutely false, Miss Gary Pittman. Though you like a play cousin, but I can assure you without beyond the shadow of a doubt that relationships don't fail because humans choose bad humans. It's not it. If it were that, yeah, this is not it. Sorry. That's the choose better argument, and that argument always falls flat on its face. We've already gone down this road many a times, but yeah. If you lie to a woman, then okay, Cedar. If you lie to a woman, then you remove her ability to choose better. So you can't say that she chose wrong. And typically the reason why the relationship's end is because of a man's unwillingness to grow and listen. That's why relationships end, because men are unwilling to listen. Like, I mean, shit. I know they say if you add in all relationships, it's got to be like 90% of the time. Like, that's the reason. The untruthfulness. How is this untruthful? Great time to use not all men. It's not a great time to use it. We've been down this road before. Are you guys okay? Do I have to say it again for you? When I say men, I'm implying most men. If I say all men, then I'm talking about all men specifically. I don't need to specify that it's not all men if I just say men. Men in general means men in general. It doesn't mean all men. So I don't have to do that. Did you see that interview with JFK talking to black men? No, I did not. If you think you change your partner, you will fail. More times than not, absolutely. Okay, the prototype. Yeah, I don't know what you can do. I don't know if believing you're gonna change your partner, then I don't know. Who knows? Could be. JFK was a whack job, man. Okay. I don't want to talk electoral politics. I'm not going to even hold you. Not interested. It's not my cup of tea right now. You have to watch that Killer Mike interview. Which one? He has a bunch of them. I watched a lot of Killer Mike interviews. He does fairly poorly in most of them. But you don't think the prototype doesn't think it's number one. Why don't you think it's number one? What do you think the number one reason for breakups and or divorce is? RFK Jr. Got you. Yeah. RFK Jr. definitely is a wacko. Definitely is a nut job. Didn't he come out and support Trump recently? Infidelity. Yep. Infidelity. And what is the reason why what is the number one overriding factor as to why men cheat? Would you guys say? Why do men cheat? Lack of communication, lack of empathy, lack of compassion, infidelity, etc. Yep. Lack of communication, men not being willing to listen, rooted in misogyny, especially listening to women. Lack of empathy, we know that men are conditioned not to be empathetic due to misogyny. Lack of compassion, men are we're not conditioned to be compassionate, rooted in misogyny. Infidelity, our desire to sleep with as many women as we can, rooted in misogyny. Let's keep going. I love these. Super easy. Super easy. Entitlement, selfishness, rooted in misogyny. Lack of consequences, misogynistic. Yep. Because there's always consequences for women. There's never consequences for men. Right. Yep. Men are weak because men are coddled due to misogyny. Because they believe they have the right to sleep around their birthright. Yep, that's misogyny. Yep. Grape culture, misogynistic. Black men don't cheat my ass. They fear what women really could be. Maybe corn, misogyny. Corn is the embodiment of misogyny. Boa, definitely boa all the time. All the time. Prompt was spicy. You had to run it back. I only ran it for like an hour and a half yesterday. So yeah, we gonna spend a block on this one. But yeah, I'm waiting. I mean, access a new vagina, misogynistic. Hey man, I would love for it. I would not love, but I'm not seeing anything that's not pointing to misogyny. I mean, and when I say it, I'm not even saying it like in a loose, like in the loosest sense of the word. I mean, like directly related to misogyny, like 100% related to misogyny. You know what I mean? Like it's not like infidelity is 100% like the rate of infidelity. The rate of infidelity. I'm not saying all infidelity is equal. I'm not saying like people wouldn't cheat if misogyny didn't exist. I'm sure people would still cheat if misogyny didn't exist. I'm saying the rate of infidelity amongst men is directly related to it's directly connected to misogyny. Direct, you can draw a straight line to it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The lack of impulse, the lack of impulse control. Where do you get your definitions from? The library. What up, Mel? Where do I get my definitions from? Books. Where do you get your definitions from? Is a better question.
What's up, bro?
What up, man?
You can hear me?
Yep. Gary Pittman said every time he cheated, it was with a married woman. I don't know what her excuse was, but your excuse was misogyny. Her excuse could have been her man was cheating on her. I don't fucking know. Who knows? That could have been a get back cheating with you. You gotta ask the women. I can only speak for the men's. Where did you get your definitions from? The prototype.
Simply put, via phone, Google.
Yeah, I mean, but those aren't. Google isn't a source, right? So where do you get them from? The library? I mean, the dictionary.
No, what I can't pull up on my phone, I don't worry about.
I mean, you could pull up 99.9% of shit on your phone. I think a better question is, why did you ask me that?
Because I want to know what failure means. I mean, like, what do failure look like due to misogyny?
When you have a goal in mind and you don't reach the goal, it would be considered a failure, right?
I don't get it. Can you further that?
You want to go to the you want to lift 300 pounds today, and you get on the weight bench, but you can only lift 225. You failed to lift 300 pounds.
Oh no, I'm saying equate that to like in a relationship.
You want your relationship to last, and you want your relationship to be healthy, and it's neither. You failed. It failed. Not you failed. It failed.
No, I'm saying like give me an example of a relationship failed due to misogyny.
Oh, okay. So you haven't been listening? So like a man cheating and his desire to cheat being rooted in the fact that he just feels entitled to sleep with every woman on the planet, and he doesn't see women as human beings, and he sees them as objects and things to collect. So he's like, yep, I'm going to sleep with as many women as I can, even though I have a wife or a girlfriend.
I can see how they can be true, but not on a grand scale for the sake most men.
Why wouldn't that be true for most men?
Because I don't think a lot of men go into a relationship to cheat. It might spontaneously.
I didn't say they went into the relationship to cheat. I didn't say they go into the relationship to cheat. I said while they're in the relationship, they feel entitled to get different vaginas because they are men, because that's, we're told that that's our birthright.
not saying that it don't happen, Paul, but I don't think that that's the mindset of how they come across the new vaginas. How you say it? Say it one more time.
The vaginas? What do you
Yeah.
mean? That's not how they come across it. I don't understand.
Okay. So if we look at misogynistic as being like a person that's coming into a relationship to suppress a woman or dominate, I understand it from that point of view. But
why do you think wait, but why do you think they're coming into a relationship to dominate and do all that stuff? What are you talking about?
Because that's more rational definition to me to understand being misogynistic.
You think that every man that's misogynistic dominates his woman?
I mean, if you got leverage, yeah, that's kind of like dominating.
If you use it or abuse it, there's many men who don't abuse their leverage on their woman in that way, and they're still misogynistic. Like, I don't understand.
Okay, well, give me your library term of misogynist, because I'm going from what Oxford told me.
So, misogyny is the hate or disdain for women.
I mean, I don't like, it might be different in California. Like I said, I'm always referring Alabama. I do not see that. I don't see that.
Yeah,
because like, why would I get in a relationship?
You don't see that in Alabama. What do you mean you don't see that? From who? From the government? From who? What do you mean? Because the government hates women in Alabama. We know that. So what else?
I'm just speaking on your type. You said the number one reason relationship fail is due to misogyny. I don't see men getting a relationship just to. It's counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
how is that counterproductive?
Because just think about it. I'm already got a preconceived thought that I'm coming in to be misogynist. That's basically what you're saying, right?
No, it's not what I'm saying. You're not coming into the relationship to be misogynistic. You are misogynistic already. That happened before you got in the relationship.
But okay, Paul. So do what I'm saying. I don't think men do it because they have a hate for women. I think they have a hate for themselves, and it kind of like it projects onto them.
Okay.
Safely said. I think that men don't know themselves, so they outwardly do things to help them, not help them, but to
I agree with you.
Them.
Yeah.
And it kind of like it brings the woman in and the twinkle downs and hurt them.
So I think that men don't know themselves, and when you don't know yourself, you are primed for you're primed to be a misogynist. You're primed to practice misogyny when you don't know yourself. When you're confident in yourself, the more the more knowledge of self you have and the more confidence you have in yourself, the less likely you are to be misogynistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
So you're not like disagreeing with, like, I guess you can just add that to it. You can say like, yeah, being misogynistic, not knowing yourself could lead to these outcomes. So what I'm saying is that men who cheat a lot and cheat in abundance, they don't know themselves. I agree. And because they don't know themselves, they seek validation typically from other men. A way that they seek validation from other men is by sleeping with a bunch of women, which is misogynistic. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're right. No fair.
So it's not like you're not necessarily disagreeing with me. We agree. On that note, on that part of it.
Yeah. But would you still say like misogyny is the number one, or would you say them not knowing themselves? I get what you're
saying. It would be
misogyny.
Misogyny is the thing that makes you not know yourself. It breaks that ability up. The misogyny is what breaks that up inside of most men. It doesn't allow you to know yourself. That's what I'm saying. It would be misogyny first. That's the thing that stops you from knowing yourself. That's the thing that stops you from getting in touch with yourself.
But I'm saying, how can you like link that to misogyny when not knowing myself can equate to a lot of things? You know what I'm saying? firstly, it'll be okay. I can hurt myself first, and I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't be misogynistic to myself if I'm affecting myself more than a woman.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by that. What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Yeah, like, okay, you said that the reason they don't know themselves is because of misogyny, right?
When it comes to men specifically, yeah, most of the time it's rooted in misogyny.
Okay, cool. So I'm saying, if I don't deal with any women and I still have that problem, it's not misogyny. It got to be another word for it.
No, I'm not. I think. See, Gary Pittman. No, I think that would be ego. Your ego would be rooted in misogyny. Like, what are y'all not understanding about this? The thing that makes you be egotistical, the driver of that, the lack of self and all of that stuff, or whatever you want to say, the disruptor is misogyny. That's the disruptor. So when you cry, when you're a boy, and somebody comes along and says, don't cry because you're a boy and boys don't cry, or when you're a young man and you want to dance, you think ballet is dope or whatever the case may be, and somebody comes along and says straight men don't dance and stuff like that, and they deny you I'm just giving you like big example, obvious examples. When people do that to you over and over and over and over again, and they shame you for the things that you would deem to be natural, things that you might naturally have a proclivity for, right? That most of that stuff, almost all of it, is rooted in misogyny for men specifically. Almost all, even for women. They do the same thing for women. They tell women that you're supposed to, women are supposed to do this, men are supposed to do that. All of that is rooted in gender roles, misogyny, patriarchy, whatever you want to call it. And you get inundated with that stuff when you're 2 years old, 3 years old, so on and so forth. It doesn't stop. It's almost from birth. Let me read this. Nigel said that if you give hate to yourself, what do you think you're giving the people around you? Which is a great question. If you hate yourself, then what do you think you're going to give the people around you? Exactly, Paige. Gender roles came out of misogyny.
Definitely hate.
Yeah. Right. At the very least, at the least, you're going to give them what's the word? Not apathy. You're going to give them when you don't care about something. The opposite of love is what's the word? What's the opposite of love? I always forget this. When you don't care anymore. Indifference. Yeah. Right. So if you hate, it'll be indifference. Right. You could at the least, you don't have to like actively do anything like to harm them, but you also could just like not care. Right. Like you just not care about somebody in your life, your kids, your wife, your cousin, your brother, your mom, whatever, and you just don't care. That's harmful. It doesn't have to be like you're actively out there like lying to them and beating them down. And you don't got to be doing that. You could just like not care. And that's harmful. That's very toxic in and of itself.
Hold on. What you said? Break that down. Break that down. You said not caring. God damn, you can't do nothing. You gotta break that down. That's gonna put like.
What you mean?
In what form? In what form you mean like not caring?
Not caring about other people's well-being, not caring about the state of mind they're in, not caring, not when they talk, you don't listen. When they need your validation, or they seek your, like with children, when they seek your validation, you're just like, you're not showing up for people. Yeah, neglecting them. Yeah.
I mean, I disagree with that, Paul. I hate to disagree with you, but there's a thin line, bro. There's a thin line because it's not my job to overall. You know what I'm saying? I can sympathize with you, empathize with you, you know what I'm saying? But it's not my job at the end of the day.
It's not your job to care about the people around. It most certainly is your job as a human being to care about people. 1 trillion % you're supposed to care about people. That is your job. Like that should be the main function of humanity, is to care about other people.
see what you're saying, Paul, but not to the point that you'll be able to label me if I don't cater to everything you want.
Cater? You know I didn't say anything. Where are you getting these words from? When did I imply that? I didn't imply catering to anybody. What do you mean?
No. If you need me to care about you, I'm catering emotionally to you.
No, that's not catering to them. You just care about them.
That is catering.
What is catering?
Catering is what you want the actual definition.
No, I'm telling you. How are you using it in this discussion?
So when I say cater, it's doing the emotional work.
What emotional work?
If you need me to be there when I got my own stuff going on, that's emotionally catering.
No. What?
Work for you.
No, that's not a. Yeah. I wouldn't consider. You can use it in that way. I don't think that is emotionally catering to a person by caring about them, even when you're going through your quote unquote own stuff. I call that par for the course. That's bare mint. Like you should be doing that. I don't understand. That's wild. Like what are we saying?
I got a big saying though. I don't let everybody bleed on me, and it's just like it's the flip side of what they say. They won't do no more because women did it a lot too. You know what I'm saying?
What did they do a lot?
They emotionally cater.
Oh yeah, women do emotionally cater to men. So often.
That way, but you don't see it our way.
Because we don't.
Don't say we, boy. Just say you can't measure it.
You want me to say y'all? You want me to say y'all? You want me to distance myself from it and act like I've never been a part of it or I don't struggle with it myself? I'm not going to do that. Me, men like me and other men, we struggle with that. We do. Yeah.
I got you. But you get what I'm coming from when I say that it's not your job to like be there for people. You know what I'm saying? Because people bleed on you. And as soon as they bleed on you, they get well.
Who told you that? Who told you it's not your job to be there for other people?
Experience, life, etc.
How did life teach you that?
See, I went through it and I got through it. Basically, like I used to put people before me. You know what I'm saying? And when they bled on me and got healed, got their band-aids or their stitches, shit, they built. So it's not up to me to like.
And you've never done that to anybody? You've never done that to anybody?
No, because I'll go heal myself before I bleed on somebody else.
But you don't sound healed though. And I also would ask you, so nobody did that for you? Your mom didn't do that for you? No, nobody cared about you. Nobody cared about you your whole life. You just sprung up and you just been surviving on your own in the wilderness this whole time.
On my mama.
You said your mama?
On my mama.
On your mom?
Yeah.
So nobody cared about you this whole time?
I mean, they probably did, but not to the sense of what I feel like I'll go out and do. You know what I'm saying? I'm the person for everybody that I needed in my life. I ain't never had that, so this where I'm coming from.
And how do you show up for other people?
I push them to levels that they'll stop at. I commend them when they needed to be commended. It's so many forms, but I can say it all day. It's so many forms, to be honest with you. Like, man, I ain't even capping to you, bro. Like, I wouldn't even get on your platform and bullshit you with it like that.
I won't say you're lying. I think you have a grandiose idea of yourself. That's what it sounds like. You are inflating your impact and or your value. That's what it sounds like. And you're invalidating and deflating everybody else's impact on you and everything that they've done for you. And you're acting like I stand alone. Nobody cared about me, but I care about everybody, which I find to be completely laughable. I'm like almost 100% sure that that's not true. Either way.
Well, let me rephrase it. I ain't gonna say nobody cared for me. It just like my longevity was way different than everybody else.
Your what? Longevity.
Yeah, like I had longevity compared to everybody else. Like I was there long term. Everybody else, they stopped when they could. Like when they had enough, they had enough. But me, I'm gonna be there to the end type shit.
So you never gave up on anybody, but everybody gave up on you?
At this point in my life, I did. Hell yeah. Well, I'm in now, y'all. Hell yeah.
So what happened? Give me an example. How did this happen?
What you mean?
How did they give up on you? Why did they give up on you? What happened?
I mean, I get some people clout just ain't cut the same. All I know, everybody ain't the same.
No,
like,
you should know.
People only help you so far as they can use you type shit.
What people? Everybody? Most people?
Most. Like using your classification, most, yeah.
Most people use you? Okay. So you're talking about, and these were women, a lot of these people?
Women, men, mostly, well, majority.
How did the women use you? Give me a scenario. How did the woman use you?
I don't really want to put it on the internet, but I give you something though. Like a lot of times in my relationships, I used to, like I said, cater more than I needed to. So,
but how did they use you? Can you be specific?
Oversharing.
You just got to be specific because I really don't know. You got to give me the example. How were they using you?
I mean,
financially.
Like I don't want to go in detail, you know what I'm saying, because we're in the internet and people twist and critique shit. But like I said, people overtake, you know what I'm saying, when they don't need it. So you can use your imagination with it.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Sure.
That shit has never happened to me. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? See, you in a state that's kind of classified to be your city all over. So
bro, it ain't got nothing to do with where I'm at. What you're describing would be
never used you for
a woman?
Anybody.
Yeah. And women have, like, but not in a relationship, but like, yeah, women have used me before to do, yeah, but not in a relationship. So yeah, definitely I've been used before by people in some way, shape, or form, but not how the discussion I'm having with you, not in that way. I've never been using that. I don't know, like by a woman I was in a relationship with, never.
I ain't gonna say it's because of the age, because
you trying to make up every excuse, but it just ain't never happened because it don't really happen like that, bro. And that's why I believe you can't really describe. I don't think you don't want to. I don't think you can. I don't think you really have an example of what it looks like.
You got your comments off. You can see people bringing up my kids now, but if a man bring their kids up, it's all hell over bent.
Hold on, wait. You do got kids. Okay, so you got kids and you not with the baby mama, right? Yeah. And you gonna tell me that they use you?
With my kids?
No, the mothers of their children.
Yeah, actually, in actuality, she did.
How did she use you, sir? For what?
I purchased two. Well, I ain't say I purchased two homes. I was renting an apartment. Got her 2 cars. Ran off of that. The house. I left and gave her the house, and she. I don't want to get too in detail, but
what you mean you left and gave her the house? She had the kids, right?
I mean, she did, but
so she didn't use you. So she had the kids.
It's not for the house, but it's for the it's the principle of you got an end goal type shit.
What was her end goal? To have your babies to get a house out of you? Is that what, like?
I mean, I'm still trying to process myself. I don't know, but in my mind, in the back of my mind, I feel like it was a motive behind it.
Why did y'all relationship end?
I guess Jody came in.
Jody?
Baby boy, whoever, yeah.
So she just left you for another man.
Yeah.
And you, that's wrong. And I don't even want to say, but that's wrong. If she left you for another man, that's wrong. And what were you doing at this time? Do you feel like you were fulfilling her needs?
Yeah, goddamn. I actually was transpiring to be
aspiring. Aspiring. You said you were actually aspiring to be what?
A prophet.
A prophet?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you about to get dropped.
No, I'm so serious, Paul. I'm gifted though, Paul. Real talk though.
At what?
Gifted.
Spells?
A lot of areas. You say what?
You gifted at spells? What do you mean? What are you gifted with that?
I'm gifted like I got 6 senses, 7 senses. Just it's so I got different areas there to be.
Then how does she use you?
How did she use me?
If you were a prophet, you couldn't foresee her leaving you for Jody?
I did, Paul, but I second guessed myself. I did, Paul, but I second guessed myself, bro. I promise you. I used to journal. I wrote everything down from start to finish, and all of it came to pass. Real shit, no lie. Ain't nobody putting that on my head yet.
No.
They want to hear that bullshit too.
They want you to get to the fucking point because you're not saying, you being vague and you tiptoeing, brother. Tell us what happened. She didn't just leave you for some man. What was you doing? What happened? She didn't cheat on you. Y'all broke up and then she moved Jody in and that's what happened?
I mean, it's a long story, Paul.
Nah, bro. I don't want to hear that shit.
Hear me out.
Give us the Cliff Notes.
You are not that important. Start with a narcissist.
Why are you reading comments? That's the fastest way to get dropped.
But I was a goddamn club promoter too.
Oh, you was cheating for sure.
I was a goddamn. See, this happened.
Yeah, you was cheating for sure. That 100% chance you was cheating on this woman. Okay, so you was cheating, and then what happened?
This the thing. Like I wasn't because we weren't going together.
Oh,
she turned me down. She said she wasn't interested at first. So days later, she inboxed me. Then like a year or so later, she inboxed me, Paul. So I'm a bad storyteller, by the way.
Because you lying.
No, honestly.
If you wasn't lying, the story would be very compelling, I'm sure, if it happened anyway, close to the way you started off describing it. But okay, so you mean to tell me this woman that you hit up initially denied you, spun the block, right? Hit you up, and y'all started talking, but y'all wasn't ever officially together. So how did she leave you for Jody if y'all wasn't ever officially together?
Okay, see, that's two different timelines. Once we end up having smicks and stuff like that, I think the third or fourth time we ended up conceiving a child, and months, years went down. So I was like I was saying.
What do you mean it went down? What went down?
After she got pregnant, I was like, I gave up the club life and I tried to be a prophet with her. I ain't say try to, I did. But
what do you mean you were trying to be a prophet, sir? What are you talking about? A Christian prophet?
Yeah.
So you were trying to be John the Baptist?
No, I was trying to be Jimmy Fresh. if you don't believe in that one thing, man. But goddamn, no, I'm being truthful though. Like the whole scenario is that
you can't make this shit up, man.
Gender war shit, but it be more complicated than we look at.
I mean, is it more complicated than I'm looking at it? Because I think I got a pretty good idea what the fuck's going on. And I feel like a lot of men try to come in here and, you know, obfuscate and convolute the conversation, but that don't make it any more any less complicated. I think the demise in the vast majority of relationships is due to misogyny. Still, nothing you saying is changing that for me. I'm not seeing anything to make me think otherwise. I'm not even understanding how the conversation got here. And I feel like you're not being forthcoming. You're not telling us the whole truth. So we can't even really judge you, right? Dominique put 5 on his head. She said, I'm tired of his ass. I mean, you got your wish. Somebody put 5 on your head, man. That's crazy though, bro.
If you could take away misogyny, what would be the first thing in it? I'm gonna ask you like that.
If I could take away misogyny, what?
If you take away misogyny, what would be the number one reason relationships fail?
I don't know. I think if you remove misogyny, I don't think relationships fail anymore for the most part. I think you would see the number would be so insignificant and inconsequential that we wouldn't even be talking about it.
So you don't think incompatibility would be like a force print?
No, because I think most humans have the capability to be compatible with one another if they're willing to listen. I think women, I think men and women are very, very, I think humans are good at adapting. So, you know, I don't think that, like, people put a great big onus on compatibility, but I'll tell you the things you got to be compatible on that I think, you know, lead to successful relationships. Men and women being compatible as it pertains to what they deem to be cheating, right? I think that's a very important example of how we need to be compatible with one another, right? How we want to raise our children very much has to be compatible. So if I don't believe in spanking, but you do, there's going to be a disconnect, right? How to save money, you know, or like I want to save and you don't. You want to spend every penny. Okay, but for the most part, these things can be tweaked. People can learn, people can grow, people can adapt, but you have to have a willing participant, and most men aren't willing participants because of misogyny. Like, we just refuse to grow, we refuse to listen. Christina said, add 5 more to drop this annoying dude. That's 10, right? So that's my thing, brother. That's what I'm saying. So to me, I don't see, when I look at relationships and I look how they end and how they crash out and how they burn, I'm just looking at, I'm typically just seeing men fucking up, men not listening, men not growing, men being dishonest, men lying, men cheating, men abusing, men neglecting. Right? That's what I'm seeing, like, over and over and over and over again. And all of that to me is rooted in misogyny. Like 100% is rooted in misogyny. So if men could unpack their misogyny, I'm not really seeing why relationships would end. Like, they would almost never end. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I got a homeboy. I ain't gonna say their name and stuff like that, but he going through something right now. He married, right? So his wife mad at him because he won't buy this. Let's just say it's a house. You know what I'm saying? So Would you say that's misogyny right there because the relationship ain't working?
What? Because she won't buy him a house?
No, he won't buy her a house.
I got 20 on his head for the Musa nigga. No. What? Because he won't buy her a house? That's why is that misogynistic?
That's what I'm saying. Well, I was just saying, I was just putting a caveat in it, but it always will look bad on the man if the relationship don't work, is what I'm trying to say.
Because most of the time it's our fault.
But that's what I was asking you. Can you find the man's fault in it?
I just did. What do you mean? I've given you many examples of how men fuck up their relationship. So what do you mean? You mean can I find the woman's fault in it?
Boy, I'm gonna let old boy talk to you.
Okay. CN has something to say. You can repeat your comment about the women going to Miami. I would love to hear that one.
No, I heard you saying men, so I thought I might as well put some real reason why relationships fail.
Because women go to Miami?
No, that's in their own particular relationships, yeah. But your goal ain't really to talk about women and where they go wrong at. I can see.
I mean, we could. I don't mind talking about it, but I don't mind to have the conversation about where women go wrong. The problem usually lies in the fact that when men start to act like it goes both ways, and I challenge that idea, then it fucks up the whole conversation because the men, you guys just want to lie about it the whole time. Like you could tell me whatever. Yep, there's women that cheat, there's women that abuse, there's women that lie. Like you think I'm gonna say, no, man, women? No, of course. What the fuck? Duh. But I'm talking about the vast majority of the time. Huh? What'd you say?
You find a way to bring it right back. You find a way to bring it right back to men, though.
No, I don't. I just find a way to highlight the fact that it's not the majority of the time. If a woman cheated, she cheated. I don't blame men for that. She cheated. What the fuck are you talking about? If a woman lied, she lied.
You asked him earlier, like, what you asked him?
I don't know. What part? I asked him a lot of questions.
You trying to find the flaw in him as to why she cheated.
She didn't cheat.
I don't ever hear that question. Oh.
She didn't cheat. They weren't even together. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was asking, because he wasn't making sense.
When we was talking about the conversation, you was digging into him like, well, what was you lacking that would make her go cheat? So you was already looking
I asked,
for...
No. He said she left me for Jody, right? And I was like, okay, that's fucked up. But like what happened? Like what led to that? Like she just woke up, because once again, men always like to act like women women are in these happy, healthy relationships and everything we do is so great. And then one day they just get bored and wake up and they want a nigga with a 13-inch Anaconda Wayne. And I'll be like, what the fuck world do y'all live in? That's how men think. That's the shit men do. Hold on. That's the shit men do to women. And we project that onto women. That's the shit that I find so annoying. Stop projecting the shit that we do, because that's what a man will do. A man will wake up, a man will go to sleep in a happy, healthy relationship. Go to work. They got a new hire. She 25 years old and she got a dump. And she flirting with this nigga. This man will take penitentiary chances to be with this woman. That is something that men do constantly. Constantly. But it doesn't go both ways. That is that's the disconnect. Yeah.
It's a lot of women that you just as much. Yeah. They got work husbands.
Yeah.
They come home to their husbands. They losing their jobs fighting over men at work, and they got a husband at home.
Yes, yeah.
They putting their job on the line.
I've always find it. You don't think it's convenient that you, the person that wants to disagree with everything I'm saying, just so happens to at your job, that's what you observe? Or could it be that even if that were the case, let's say I concede that point to you, which I think is bullshit, but let's say I believe it, right? Cool, I believe it. That happens at your job. That's what you see. Can we talk about the rest of the world though? Do you think that that is a reflection of society writ large, or or could it just be your fucking job?
No, I think more women cheat than we give them account for.
What do you mean we do? You know, there's like, that's what I'm saying. What do you mean we?
Man and women. We think that, like, there's this narrative that goes around like men is the only one that cheat. That's not.
There's not a narrative that says only men cheat. That's not. The narrative is men cheat significantly more than women. That's the narrative, because that's the truth.
No, they don't.
Okay, based on what?
Men have to ask for sex. How do men cheat more when we gotta go and ask for sex?
That doesn't.
Women get it's their choice.
Are you talking about rape?
When men go out, no, I'm not talking about what.
Everybody has to consent to sex, sir. What are you talking about? Women have to ask for sex the same way men do. What are you talking about?
Do men pursue women?
Yeah, men pursue women. Okay, hold on, wait. Time out. This is crazy. This is wild. What? So when you want, and this is why I be saying, y'all, your thoughts are never linear, they're circular, right? Y'all, because y'all just be talking in circles. So you're proving the point that men prey on women, first and foremost, which would prove that men cheat more than women do. If men prey on women, yes, if men are the ones who have to go out and hunt the women and the women can just give it away, then we cheat more. That's the point. We prey on women. That's the reality. Secondly, wait. See, and then secondly, women. This is so funny to me. If men and women cheat the same, right? And I don't know where you're getting. I'm sorry. Let me take it back 1 second. Where are you getting that from?
Just understanding and knowing women. And you're not giving them that because you speak to a lot of women. So of course you're gonna make it seem like it's a man issue.
Okay. So
women
instead of assuming
women go out of town to cheat.
Yeah.
Women cheat with their friends,
yep.
Their best friends that they claim that, they just hang out with.
Let me ask you an honest. Yeah, let me ask you an honest question. So this happened to you, I see. Okay. So let me ask you a question.
It never happened to me.
Okay, then what are you talking about? Because you're just making up shit at this point. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think understands women better, you or me?
I think it don't matter who wants.
No. You just made that statement, and I'm just curious. Hold on, I'm just curious to know, who do you think understands women better, you or me? And the reason, because it's important for the conversation right now.
Even if you feel like you do, that don't make my point now.
I'm asking you, what do you think? I just say what I think.
I'm gonna say me.
So you think you understand women better, based on what?
I'm more honest about women and what.
Okay, cool. Based on.
You can be, I get it, because you charging $50 to drop people. So
yeah.
I understand. You need their money.
So if I looked up right now, if I just did a cursory search and looked up who cheats more, and every study says that men cheat almost twice as much as women, and that's where I got my information from. Would you take that, or would you still rely on your feeble ass mind?
I'm not gonna take that.
Okay, exactly. So instead of hold on. Instead of assuming that I'm not telling the truth, right? Because you're projecting, because you're lying. I'm not like you. I'm not a dummy. I do my research. I look stuff up. I talk to people. I do all these things, right? Because
shit you heard your whole life. That's what
whatever I heard my whole life.
That men cheat more.
No. I was like you. No. See, once again, you don't know me. You don't hold on. You don't know me. Don't do that. You don't know shit. You don't listen. This how I know you don't. This how I know you don't know shit about women, because you don't listen. You don't listen to me. You're not listening right now. You coming off of you yapping. You can't listen. So I know you don't listen to women. How the fuck do you know people when you don't listen to them, sir? I was an idiot just like you. I used to think just like you. I swear to God, what are you talking, bro? I was the most toxic motherfucker. Bro, get the fuck out of here. You don't know shit about me. I was the most toxic motherfucker ever. I was dumb. I was 23. I was in them streets. I was getting to it. That's what I'm saying. So you can't tell me shit. I used to think just like you. I used to be a dumbass. I used to rely on my own, what I think about the world and whatever I see or whatever the fuck. When I worked at the call center and I saw the girls cheating at the call center, and I'd be like, "Ooh, look at all these women cheating." And I saw a baby boy, and I thought that fucking Jody was a real thing. Like, I thought all that stupid shit too, nigga. I grew up listening to hip hop too. I grew up watching movies too. I grew up getting lied to by a bunch of niggas like you too. When I was a teenager, I had a bunch of niggas in goofy bucket hats lying to me too when I was 15 years old, telling me the same shit you telling me now. You not new. You the same nigga from the block. So I turned into you when I was 22, when I was 23. But what ended up happening was I got older, I got wiser, and I started to shut the fuck up, and I started to listen. That was the first step. Then I started to hear all the women kept saying the same shit pretty much. They just kept saying the same shit. I was like, damn. Like, every woman I would talk to, they would have a similar story or the exact same story. And then I was like, damn, that's crazy. Then I started talking to my wife. My wife would be telling me the same shit that women was telling me about myself. She'd be saying the same shit. Like, I'm like, damn, okay, so I do the same shit that whoopty whoop. She like, yeah, you do this. Okay. So that prompted me to actually like start to study the shit. Like, I was like, wait, so are most men like this, or do a lot of women, are most women affected by this? Let me look into this shit. And lo and behold, guess what? There's a bunch of empirical data on this, like decades of studies on this shit. Doctors have studied this shit forever, bro. Like for 50 years at this point. So when I talk about this shit, that's what I be relying on. I had to unlearn all that stupid shit that niggas like you told me when I was younger. I had to unlearn all that shit. All them rap lyrics, all them dumbass rap lyrics, I had to unlearn it.
So fixated on men cheating.
No, because men cheat more.
You're saying the same thing. Women cheat more or as much as men.
They based on what? Based on what? I'm married. I got $1,000 right now. You can't find a study. You can't find. Hold on. I got $1,000 right now to say you can't find a study that says women cheat more than men as a group. $1,000 right now. You can't find fucking one shred of evidence to substantiate that claim. So where the fuck are you getting it from? You can't. I bet you can't though. You can't. You can't find a study. You can't find a peer-reviewed study that says that women cheat more than men. That women cheat more than men. You can't find it. It's not true.
Take that headphone on. Let me see them big ass ears, nigga.
Oh, now you mad.
It's your goofy ass.
Now you mad because you getting cooked, because you looking stupider and stupider.
You emotional.
You looking dumber and dumber. I always talk like this. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Calm down. Don't take it personal. It's not you, right? This is how I am. Okay, this is how I am. So back to the point. Before all that goofy shit you yapping about, what I want you to do is, though, I want you to tell me beyond your made up bullshit fucking stories that you just made up in your brain, because you just told me, oh, it never happened to me. Then where the fuck did it happen at, CN?
Nigga, you ain't been with a woman outside your wife for how long?
Who fucking cares?
You don't know what the fuck women doing out here.
I do.
You get online and you talk to women that think they right about everything. Of course you say.
Now you just pivoting, CN, because you mad. You emotional. You emotional.
You not dating, bro.
You acting dusty as fuck right now, bro. Grow up. Have the conversation. Stop pivoting. Stop pivoting, bro. Stop pivoting. You don't know. You single. Hold on, CN. Are you single?
You talking to one?
Yes, I'm in a successful relationship. No need to shame me for that, okay? And you know how I remain in a successful relationship? By not being a goofy nigga like you. That's the number one way for me to remain in my successful relationship is for me to not be a goofy nigga like you, right? For me not to rely on my own dumbass understanding or lack thereof, for me to listen, for me to study, for me to read, for me to unpack, for me to learn. Like, that's how I did it. That's what's happening right now. You saying, oh, you got a wife, you've been with your wife forever. Yeah, I've been with my wife forever, nigga. That's why you should listen to what I'm telling you. That I could tell you, I could see exactly what's going on. I talk to a ton of women. I'm with my wife. My wife is a whole psychologist.
You talk to a ton of women that say they don't cheat.
No, I don't ask them, do they cheat?
To a ton of women. You talk to
I don't ask the women, do you cheat? Because that's fucking stupid.
Women that blame men for every goddamn thing they're going through.
I don't talk to women and ask them, do they cheat? Because that's a dumbass fucking question.
Nigga, you talk to a ton of women that don't think that women cheat as much as men. That's why you say
based on statistics, yeah. Based on life too.
You're not out here.
Have you been cheated on, CN? How many times have you been cheated on, CN? Hold on, CN. How many times have you been cheated on?
That don't matter.
It does matter. It 100. We only relying on it's only what you see. So have you ever been cheated on?
I see women cheat every day.
CN, have you been cheated on? Have you been cheated on? Is what I'm asking you. Have you been cheated on? CN, have you been cheated on? You lying. Nobody sees anybody cheat every day. You lying. Stop lying.
I've been cheated on in my life.
Okay. You've been cheated on. Okay. And how many times have you cheated on a woman? Have you been cheated on more than? Be honest. And I ain't gonna even hold you. I'll take whatever answer you give me. Have you cheated more than you've been cheated on?
I was in a 14-year relationship. I cheated once.
Okay.
So what was your point?
I just asked you, my point was, were you cheated on more than you got cheated on? And how many times were you cheated on?
Probably, I don't know. I can't tell you.
So you don't even know if you were cheated on.
I watch women cheat every day.
Hold on. Back it up. Hold on. Do you see how stupid this shit is? Because I just asked, when I ask you a straight question, you deflect and start yapping, nigga. Answer the fucking question. You were cheated on. You cheated on your girl one time. I asked you, have you been cheated on? First you said, yeah, but then I'm like, okay, so how many times were you cheated on? You don't fucking know? I don't know. So you just assuming you were cheated on? Or you know you were cheated on? You caught a woman cheating and you broke up with her for that reason? Like, what are you talking? Like, be honest. Here's why the conversation don't go nowhere, nigga, because you a fucking liar. So I know you a cheater because you a liar. You lying right now to a random nigga on the internet who you think is goofy, but you up here lying, nigga.
That's why you got them black ass.
You lying. You on the internet lying to a nigga that don't even know you. You weird as fuck. You niggas need therapy. I would never. You couldn't pay me to get on the internet and lie to strangers, my nigga. Never in life. That is unbecoming of any human being. To get on the internet and lie to strangers, unbecoming.
Go call your daddy. Get it.
Unbecoming. He about to crash out. Let him crash out. Go ahead, CN.
Get on the phone with your pops.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Now let him. No. Don't mute him, y'all. Let him crash out. Let's see him crash out. His emotions is hurt now. He done been cooked thoroughly now. He mad as fuck. Let him go.
Anyways, give your pops a call.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to work whatever situation y'all got out.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you hopping online and you doing all this caping for women,
mm-hmm.
like motherfucking women ain't wrong and they don't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to call your dad
mm-hmm.
and make that relationship work.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you clearly, it's like that nigga kicked the motherfucking car seat over when he walked out on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm weird, nigga. What color is your nails?
Mm-hmm.
Move that left earmuff, move that to the side. Let me see something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Goofy ass nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, you talk crazy, I'm gonna talk crazy to your dumb ass.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you and your live, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all so funny. Cool.
No, hold on. Are you done, CN? You crashed out enough?
I'm done.
Okay. Now he got that out of his system. I hope that was therapeutic for you, man. Hope you feel better now.
It was.
Cool. Let me read this super chat. Miss Chrissy Baby said, they're so clueless on how insufferable they don't understand women are exhausted of them. Even on vacation, we want nothing to do with them. He's making the assumption that women go on vacation to be with other men, which is stupid. Get dick at home. What how that song go? I can get dick anytime I want. Ain't that how the lyrics go? I'm pretty sure they can. He already said it that women don't. They can get dick anytime they want to. He said it earlier. That's what I'm not understanding. Why you got to go to Miami? Who would fly to Miami to go get Miami dick? Like Miami dick ain't exotic, nigga.
They go to bump ugly, dude. That's what I meant.
At least get some goddamn Jamaican dick or something. Anyways, let me read this super chat. Nigel said they'll get on here and say that you say stuff that women agree with, and then tell you don't. Hold on, let me see. I might be missing something. And then tell you don't women cut off to Nigel. I can't see the rest. Yeah, bro, that shit crazy, brother. Go ahead, the prototype.
Yeah, I just want to show my limited IQ, right? So I disagree on a lot of statistics, man, when it come to the difference between men and women.
Of course you do.
But you know why? Because a lot of statistics,
because it don't go with your worldview. You niggas hate statistics, like y'all niggas hate going to the doctor, like you niggas hate like you hate reading books. You niggas hate statistics. When the stats blow up, look, when you've been told your whole life that it go both ways, when you get told your whole life that women is downright trifling and and all that bullshit, right? You get told all them fucking lies, and then you go look at the numbers, and the numbers say the complete fucking opposite. You don't want to listen to them. Of course you don't. But the craziest thing is, y'all, if y'all just listen to the women, you wouldn't even need to fucking study the shit. They be really women don't have a bait-in reason as a group, not your woman, homie. Your woman could be a bold-faced liar. I don't fucking know that woman. I ain't gonna hide that. I ain't gonna even hold you on that. Your mama could be a bold-faced liar. Your auntie could be. I don't know. The women in your life could be lying to y'all. I'm not gonna. That's on them. But as a group, if you lined up 100 women and you talk to them, they gonna tell you the fucking truth. Like they gonna. And I'm not saying at the same time, if you talk to 100 women, they'll tell you a similar story about men. They'll tell you they'll have a similar view about men in general. They'll tell you the way that men abuse them back in the past, whatever the case may be, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you talk to 100 men too?
I did. I've talked to more men than I've talked to women. Nigga, I'm a fucking man.
You would have said that.
What are you talking about? I talked to men my whole life.
No whole viewpoint is skewed by women.
It's not.
Like one and looking like one.
It's not.
Your fingernails black.
Only my fingernails is black. My fist black too, nigga. My beard is black. My dick black. You want to see it? Fucking nut. Weird ass nigga. Shut up. Nigga so fixated on my nails. You want to suck on them or something? What you want to do with my nails, bro? Where you want me to put my fingernails? Where you want me to? Yeah, you get them painted clear. Okay, where you want me to put my fingernails, sir? You so obsessed with them. Here, take a picture. Look, you got it? You want to take a picture of my nails?
That's why you look like that.
I look. What do I look like?
And then call your father.
I'm gonna tell you something on some real shit, bro.
Nigga, you been telling.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you something. Lean in close. Hold on. Get in close.
Get out my face.
Hold on. Get in close. You don't want to hear this one. The prototype, Mike. Man, be quiet, man. Get in close, bro. Fuck you and him, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? You go talk to that nigga. Fuck both of you niggas. What you think this is? Because I'm not a weird nigga, bro. Look, this how much of a regular person I am, right? So since we talking about daddies, because I've told the story a million times, so it ain't nothing new to me. I'll tell it to you too. So my dad abused my mom, right? My mom divorced my father. My father came into my neighborhood, right, in my projects that I grew up in, and spray painted on the wall my mama's name and called her a B word on a wall that was like, I don't know, 25 feet, about 6 feet tall, 25 feet wide. He put my mom's name and put is a B word on the wall. Mind you, this man abused her for years, and she just finally left him, and he said that she was a B word. That's what you niggas sound like. Y'all, like, that's what y'all want, like, nigga, and you want me to fuck with this nigga? You want me to be friends with the nigga? Hold on, you want me to be friends with the man that abused my mom and then abandoned me? I gotta work it out with him. I'm a real human being. Somebody, you got it, bro. You have to not be human. Hold on, wait, hold on. I gotta finish it. You have to not be a human being to look past something like that. You cannot. I don't know how the fuck y'all do it, because I know your daddy did you dirty too. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know why the fuck y'all look past that shit. But I don't. I'm not about to put myself in harm's way to get abused by the nigga my whole life. Is you fucking crazy? He ain't done no work. He sound like a loser. When I talk to him, he sound like a loser. He say the same stupid shit you say about women to this day. That's what I'm saying. I can predict your future right now. I'm fucking Miss Cleo in this bitch. You gonna be a loser just like my daddy. How about that?
I ain't a loser right now, though.
You sound like a loser. You was in a 14-year relationship and you fucked it up because you cheated, loser. Fucking loser. You was in a 14-year relationship and you smoked it off by cheating, loser. No, you didn't. You didn't leave. You cheated on her. You cheated on her. You a loser. You a loser. You lost. You lost that woman that you had for 14 years. You invested 14 years in that woman and you lost her for what? For what? Why'd you lose her? Why'd you cheat? She wasn't fulfilling your needs? Her fingernails wasn't black enough? Why did you cheat on your woman that you had for 13 years? 14 years, I'm sorry.
I felt like it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I believe that's the first honest thing you said today.
Why your mama choose that abuser?
The same reason that woman chose you. You are an abuser too.
Why your mama choose that?
You an abuser too.
Why your mama?
So how did your loser? How did your ex choose you? Because you lied to her and you manipulated her. That's how my daddy did it. Simple. Because you a liar. You got up. You lying right now in front of 600 people. You lying.
He manipulated it. So your mama was impressionable like that?
Like your girl was. Like your girl was. Like your girl was. Hold on. Like your woman was. And like the woman you cheated on her with was. They were both impressionable, right?
Your mama stupid.
Yeah, she was back then. She fell for it. I won't call her stupid, but I would say she fell for it. Yeah. Show that ninja them. They said show that freaky nigga them ears. He a fan for real. This shit crazy, bro. You got to get off of that shit. Hey, but you know what though? I don't kink shame, CN. I ain't like you, man. I don't kink shame, brother.
You told the fuck up, nigga.
I don't kink shame, man. If you like niggas' ears and you like niggas' fingernails, I already seen your page, bro. You look like a gargoyle.
You the one with the motherfucking choker, nigga, and the pink, the black nails, nigga.
Yeah. I'm also the one that's married still and happy.
You accessorize like a woman.
Okay.
Fuck you mean? You throwing around weirdo. You the weirdo.
Cool.
That's not cool. They call your daddy. That nigga failed. Both the niggas failed you.
How? I'm doing better than you.
How? Nigga, you asking for $50. Fuck you mean?
I ain't asked you for nothing.
I see it on the screen. It's above your goofy ass head, nigga.
Then pay it and shut the fuck up.
I ain't paying you shit, bitch.
What the fuck? Pay it and shut the fuck up then. I don't understand. What's your problem?
Get some insurance, nigga, and close that gap.
Oh, I got insurance.
Nigga, use it.
Phenomenal insurance. Way better than yours.
Use it. Nigga, I don't pay for insurance. My insurance free, nigga. It ain't better than mine.
Because you under your mama?
Nah, I work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ain't no insurance free, dummy.
Where's you at?
Ain't no insurance free. This nigga stupid as hell. He said his insurance is free. Ain't no insurance free.
It is free.
Hey, that nigga said he got free insurance. You know he a lie. Hey, all you do is lie, huh? He said his insurance is free. Hey man, hold on, dog. Hold on, bro. Your insurance is not free. Stop. Come on. Let's be real. We all adults here. Your insurance ain't free. I know you can't. I know because you can't go back on your lie.
Believe what you want. I ain't here to make you believe that, nigga. I said it and it's true. Whatever you take.
It's not true.
It's fine. Okay, cool.
It's impossible for it to be free.
Use yours to close your motherfucking mouth.
Why? I like it.
How? Why?
See, you don't have no. I know. Hold on. Wait. So don't. Hold on. CN. Your voice cracking. So basically, you got braces because you been an ugly gargoyle looking nigga your whole life, and you finally got some insurance, right? And you wanted to fix your teeth, right? And that's cool. But me, on the other hand, I ain't been getting shitted on my whole life by men or women. So I'm confident, right? I never felt compelled to get braces. I like my teeth. I'm not lying. See, that's you projecting. See,
nigga.
that's you projecting.
You been getting talked about since you was fucking 3, 4, 5 years old, nigga. Get the fuck
By
out
who?
Here. Nigga,
for what reason?
By whoever. Nigga, we see
for what reason?
Stop acting like you the exception, nigga.
Bro, do you not understand that I'm not a dummy? So whenever somebody would try to bag, I would just cook them like I'm doing you. I do this shit professionally. This is easy. You see how you crashing out? Nobody laughing? Because it's not funny.
Nigga, you got 500 people in here that's coming to see you. Fuck you, man. Of course they laugh.
So you making my point.
You's a bitch.
So you making my point.
You got black fingernails, nigga. You wearing a silver choker.
Yep.
You accessorize like your wife. Go sit your goofy ass down somewhere, nigga. Where you live? Where you sleep? Where you at?
Oh, they can't even hear you, man. That's good. We're gonna keep it that way. They kicked them. They flagged the live. They flagged the live.
Hey, somebody they said they can't hear him, Paul.
Oh, he gone. They flagged the live. We got to be careful, y'all. Be careful. He said his insurance was free. He said his insurance was free, y'all. I'm sorry. Look at how much he hates the feminine presentation. Exactly, to Nigel. Yeah, man. Y'all gonna have to I'm gonna need y'all to do better than that, man. That's y'all representative. That's all y'all got.
I came in that bitch and beat a chick for 30 minutes. God damn.
He was mad. Hey, that boy was mad as hell. I'm like, damn, brother, what happened? What happened to you, man? You all right?
Public, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Ambassador? Oh, hold on. Let me read this. They put 10 on CN. He already gone. Oh, so don't worry about it, y'all. The gods, the TikTok guys did it. Not smart enough to know you are speaking to them. You know, until he said he not smart enough to know I'm speaking to him. Sin alone is fueling the 4B movement. Weird that sin alone is fueling the 4B movement. Sunrise says sin alone. They say you say stuff women agree with, and then they say you don't know women. Wow. Hold on. That's the one I missed. Nigel said they say stuff you say women agree with, and then say you don't know women. It don't ever add up. They are angry at Pub because they are emotionally unable to process their feelings. Unhinged. That was wild, man. That was a bar. Yeah. Nigel, she a writer. Yeah. She writes pretty lyrics. I got to end the live. It said I was flagged. I got to end the live. I'm going to start it up again. I'll be back. I got to end the live, y'all. Not this live. We good over here. But I'm going to end the live. I'm going to start it back up. I got to start it back up on the YouTubes. I mean, on the TikTok, sorry. YouTube. See, YouTube don't care. That's why I fucks with YouTubes. They don't give a fuck. YouTube let you rock out with your out. But Tiki Tack, they be hating. They flagged old boy. Yeah, I was cussing. But they flagged old boy and then they booted me. I mean, and then they flagged me. So once they flagged me, I gotta end it because yeah. one more violation. I say one more curse word and they boop. They gonna clear the decks on your boy. Damn. I made that mistake many a times pressing that issue with TikTok. I used to press that issue all the time. Oh, he reported the live. Yeah, he definitely did. I should block him. But I ain't a hater. Dude had a mantrum. That Dusty was kicking up a dust storm. That dusty ass nigga was kicking up a dust storm. It was a fucking oh man. That was crazy. Have everybody come to YouTube. I know. The ops don't go to YouTube though. I don't know. They don't like it over there, man. We got it. If I could transfer the ops to YouTube, make my day. We bike like we never left. CNG kicked off YouTube, but not anybody else who say worse. Yeah. I don't know why Cynthia G got kicked off of YouTube. Crash Out Gangs. Why did Cynthia G get kicked off of YouTube? I don't know. What the fuck? Why did she get kicked off of YouTube? What was there? I don't even understand why she would get kicked off. What did Cynthia G said that was so? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? She was telling everybody to do that. I heard the clip. I don't know. Oh, she got hacked. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, she wasn't kicked off of YouTube. She got hacked in. Okay, that makes sense. Go to her Patreon. Yep. I didn't watch her that much. I saw a couple of her videos. I never had a problem with her. I thought she was funny most of the time. I did read it, Sita. Oh, maybe I didn't. Hold on. Let's get the party started. Seeing is not added to the conversation. If your insurance is free, you are on Medicaid, and we the people are covering it. Sir, please go get a life. Damn. That boy said his insurance was free. We clipping that part up. Nigga can't tell me. You can't tell me nothing. You cannot tell me. Put up 50 for the ear and gap tooth king. That boy like fingernails, ears, and teeth. We know what he into. You can't be into fingernails, ears, and teeth. If you got a job with the state, your insurance ain't free. You pay for it. It's just included they just include it. It ain't free. No, I didn't block him. I did not. Just I ordered a choker. It ain't got here yet. The choker gum like this though. That's a choker. This is not a choker. But I got a choker coming. It's like this. It's thick too. It's like that thick. Pretty dope. I can't wait till they get here. 12K bonuses too. Good for you, man. I'm happy you making some money, brother. Emo. I never been emo. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Are you demoted? Hey, you demoted my madness. Well, how did I demote your madness, Kay? I did not. Let's see. Gerbil was good.
Hey, I was trying to get you last time before you came off, but my lungs are really hurting from the dust that's in my chest, and I was wondering, do you have any type of doctors that seen that? Do you know of any type of doctors that look at that? Because all this dust that's in my chest right now, I'm coughing.
Nope.
I'm tearing, pollen coming out my eyes.
Nope.
And I just want to know, do you know of anybody that can help me right now?
You can't. I'm gonna tell you this. The more we engage with the dustins, the greater the chances that we die of emphysema at this point. Because we gotta get something put in. We gotta get something for engaging with. Yeah, it's crazy. It's too many of them, man. They be coming from everywhere. I'm like, God damn, this shit is wild. Where y'all coming from? It just be thick. They just come in this motherfucker like the Tasmanian devil. All the dust get just stirred up. They get the lying. They get the lying.
I can't breathe. My nose all stuffed up.
They get to telling us that the craziest part about it was him saying he cheated on his woman after 14. He cheated on his woman he was with for 14 years. He said, hey, he even tried to minimize. He said, I only did it once. I only cheated on that woman once. I'm a good man, Savannah. What?
You know, I need that free insurance. I sure do, JP. Help me out because this is something terrible.
I cheated on her once.
Death Star hasn't even happened yet. And I'm scared for the Death Star. Oh my God. But that's all I wanted to say. Be prepared for the Death Star.
Yeah, we got to be careful out here, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all get y'all gas mask on when the next one come up. Thanks, Gerbil. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all get y'all gas masks on the next time these boys come up, man. We not gonna be able. Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to get through it. That was crazy. I got to get me a mask because that was wild. Saying I only cheated once. Hey, he wanted a cookie. Hey, men be wanting a cookie for everything. Hey, that dude, hey, he proved that men be wanting a cookie for everything. I only cheated once. Where are my cookies? Misogynitis, dustice. Hey, tonight you said that's misogynitis, dustice. That's the condition we gonna all unalive from at this point. Looking like Marshall, what you doing? COVID masked up. We're gonna get your COVID mask back, man. Damn, that's wicked work, fam. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all really tripping. Oh, man. My son got asthma. I can't have him around this type of shit. Because y'all just get to getting up here lying. Damn. You tried to turn this shit. Tried to turn this shit to a dystopia. The Dustins came out trying to turn this shit into a dystopia. I was not ready for that. The Dustice League, hey, formerly known as said,
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Hey, formerly known as said, founding member of the Dustice League. Oh my God. What up, Ambassador? This shit crazy, man. Y'all gotta stop. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. You there, brother? Oh my God.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get into a better signal. 1 second.
All right. Dustice League got written down. Just so y'all know, Dustice League got written down. That's going on the docket next week. That's going on the docket next week. Oh my God. Not the Dustice League. Y'all crazy, man. Oh, shit. That shit funny as hell. What's good?
Dustice League is crazy.
Dustice League got me crying, man. The Dustice League of Dustopia. They team leader named Dustin. Go ahead, man. We listening.
Can you hear me, public?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was quite embarrassed, man. I wanted to come up earlier and talk to that gentleman because, man, I have never heard so much foolishness in my life. Like that's crazy. I don't know if he was just entertaining or what, but
I mean,
was like flabbergasted at the fact that he was talking the way he was talking.
He's upset. Oh, hold on, wait. K Frost. Come on up, K Frost. Don't just pass through, bruv. We'll mute you. We'll mute you for the rest of the live, but you can come up, K Frost, and I'll unmute you when you get up here, brother. Go ahead, Ambassador. I'm listening. I ain't talked about Cam Newton. I got a video about Cam on the YouTube, though, if y'all want to go check it out. Go ahead, Ambassador. I'm listening. Yeah, he was up here just lying through his fucking teeth.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wanted to come up here and talk. So I'm like, dude, why you over here trying to fight ignorance with smarts? I'm like, dude, you just need to be quiet right now because you're making yourself look like a fool. And if you're trying to represent all men, really, you need to step back and just let somebody else take your place. So
he was just telling me
not doing a good job at it.
The shit that I hate so much when having these discussions is he's claiming that I don't know women. Okay, cool. I'm not even saying I do know women. I don't think I know women. That's irrelevant, right? To me, I don't care about that. I do, however, know how to read data and interpret data. I do, right? And what ultimately ended up happening for me was what I thought was real did not stand up to the data. When I'm saying that, I'm saying I thought the same way that gentleman thought. I thought it could go both ways. I thought women were, actually that, you know what? I can't even lie, man. I really never thought that extremely about women, but I definitely just like didn't know what the real issue was. I'll say that. I can't say I thought that way about women. I didn't. I actually, even early on, I've told the story before. I had a problem with my wife. I had a problem because I remember telling my wife a long time ago that I didn't think women cheated. And my wife was like, what? And she was like, this is like early in our relationship. I remember just talking to her about it. And I was like, yeah, women don't really be cheating. And she was like, are you sure about that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I've never really been cheated on, whatever, right? So I'm like, all the women I dealt with, I've never been cheated on. Women ain't ever taken advantage of, I'm thinking like that. And my wife was like, look at my roommates. And she had like 4 roommates at the time. And they all cheated on, like actively were cheating on their boyfriends. Like, and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Like it was like, she was like, yeah, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. I had more of that problem, if anything, but yeah, I don't know. But go ahead. I'm listening to, oh, wait a minute. Is this, go ahead. I'm listening. No, I'm listening.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you familiar? Are you aware of the historical statistics of how women were back in the day?
In what way?
Let's say 25 years ago, 50 years ago. That's how they were in certain relationships. Did they cheat a lot?
No, they didn't cheat a lot back in the day. I think women are cheating more now.
Okay, so it's
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just seeing a track record. Like there's a natural progression from what it used to be to now, what it is now, and it seems like men back in the day were the more cheaters than the women were.
Of course.
And now it does seem like it kind of, the roles have switched.
No.
What it seems like it's stemming from.
Switched?
You don't think so?
No, not switched.
Yeah, I'm saying like.
Not switched.
Okay.
Women are cheating more than they used to. Yeah. Women are cheating more than they used to. I think the reason why I say that is because women are they're more protected now, and they make more money and all that. It's just gonna give you freedom to just do whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? So cheating is a part of that. Whatever. I think women cheat more now than they did back in the day when they were super duper oppressed, and they could be stoned, and they could be, and a man could unalive them, and there wouldn't be no repercussions and all that wild shit. Definitely, I think they cheating more now. But are they cheating anywhere near to the same extent that men are? No, they're not. Like still, even women cheating the most that they've ever done now, men are still doubling their output still today. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they cheat more, but they still not. It's still not them. Like we haven't flipped. The paradigm hasn't shifted.
Right, I'm just saying, us men, we're like the trailblazers.
Oh yeah,
for that to be how it started.
Yeah, we definitely started that cheating shit. Calix, I can't.
Hey, how's it going?
How do you say your name?
You can go by Kale.
Kale, what's good with it, Kale?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
I don't know what dialogue's been said and been brought up on. So if I am talking about something that has already been brought up, excuse that. But
yeah, no worries.
It says the number one reason relationships failed is due to misogyny.
Yep.
I don't think that is inherently a wrong thing. No. Something that doesn't happen, but I just think it's a bit of a blanket, like a bit of a generalization,
Okay. In what way?
In my opinion, I think in a less simplified way, I'd say that it's due to a lack of education of people. People don't know how to commit. They don't know what it means to commit versus dating. They'll jump in just because that's what you're taught to do, and then men don't know how to. I'll start with men.
Yeah.
Whether that's cis, trans, or
whatever. Men. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they don't know how to commit. They just jump in because that's what they've been taught to. Go play the game that that everyone says, or it's simply because that's what they got to do. And then next thing you know, they're not honest with themselves because they don't know themselves,
mm-hmm.
and then they lead someone on.
Yep.
But then if it's straight up misogyny, that can be for many factors of why misogyny may exist. Misogyny might be misogynistic to someone from a certain culture versus another culture. It just depends who you're asking. But
I'm talking about this culture though.
Which culture?
The America, the USA.
Oh, that's a bit central, no?
What do you know about China? What do you know about Afghanistan? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I know way more about American culture than I do any other culture. So I could talk. I know what misogyny looks like in America. I also know what it looks like in the world. Don't get me wrong, but it would definitely be like to your point, right? I think, and this is not to shame anybody, but this is just my opinion, because I just saw it the other day at the beach, right? This is me. You can do whatever you want to do. These are two different conversations. I think wearing hijabs, I think making women cover up, I think that's misogynistic.
Okay.
Personally, right? I think that whole concept is rooted in misogyny. And I don't really think it, I know it, right? When you study like why they do it and whatever. It's to me. Now, if you choose to do that as a woman and you sign up, cool, fine. That's on you. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you as an outsider, because I'm not in that culture, from an outsider, it to me is rooted in misogyny, right? To me, right? Okay. But in another culture, another country, that's par for the course, right? To your point. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Like that's for them to decide.
The I guess like human perspective, not
mm-hmm.
just States perspective. Like it's like, I mean, and from that example you gave, it really sounds like the name of the game is consent. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like
mm-hmm.
you're coming from.
Yeah.
If one consents.
Well, they have to. Well, no. Consent isn't even really, because people can consent under duress. So the women could be consenting in their country because they're forced to consent.
But at the end of the day, that's not really consent. It's
not. It's coercion. Yeah, but they are coerced in these other countries. That's my point. They're coerced to do these things. So to us, it may look like, see, leave them alone. They consented to it, but in reality, they're coerced into doing that stuff, right? But I want to get back to your point. So, okay. So let's say we were trying to solve for X in your equation, right? Which was, well, lack of education, and you said people, but it would be specifically men in this case, or mostly men, right? Men play the game and all that stuff, generally speaking.
Trans men too.
Say it again.
Are we including trans men too?
I honestly don't know what trans men do. I don't know their habits. I'm talking strictly about cishet men. Yeah, cishet men. I don't know what trans men do or what trans women do. But yeah. So men play the game. They're always playing the game. And the game is to manipulate women and have sex with as many women as we possibly can.
You think that's like? So I'm gonna take the basis from your perspective from the United States then.
Okay.
So you think that's the game, the majority, let's say, because of course there's outliers and everything.
Yeah.
That is the majority of men in the United States.
Yeah, the majority of men in the United States, we are conditioned to think, and we are conditioned to believe that the more women we get, the more validation we'll get, and the more exalted we'll be within the patriarchy, aka the cult of man.
Yeah.
Right?
And do you think that's
why men need to change?
Do you think that's environmental, such as culture, or more or less, is that coming from media, or is that coming from
everything?
Parents?
All of it. It's insidious. Yeah, misogyny, the patriarchy is insidious, like racism.
Can I chime in?
Yeah, you can.
You guys can hear me.
Go ahead, T-Dup.
I think if we're talking about America, like, I think bro's defending the wrong side. I feel like it's obvious that men are obviously, bro, like misogynistic for one. We believe even if we support a woman, we can do all the things to provide for a woman. And I'm speaking even as an ex-husband. I mean, I had a Middle Eastern wife. She was Middle Eastern, raised Arabic. Luckily, she got to come to America where she got to experience the freedom. So I feel like that was even a valid point. I wasn't the person who was like, you need to have hijabs and do all this kind of stuff. Like, if you don't want to do that, you want to dress like, a regular American girl, go out, drive around, do what you want to do. You have that freedom to do that. Our marriage ended up failing. I feel like I could even take accountability and saying my own heterosexual American male standards of, I don't want you going out dressing a certain type of way. Things like that even kind of play a role in the failing of a relationship, because even though that may not be, a deal breaker, it's almost like a tick mark. It just kind of adds almost in the background. And I feel like men also, we need to be focused on ourselves more so than, what basically the control factor. Like, men love to control women. We love to be, the ones paying the bills, the ones in charge, coming up with, disciplines and rules. And even just if women, accept that because they're in a relationship and they abide by that, that doesn't mean that's what they want for themselves. And I feel like we need to have that conversation of just, they're individuals, we're individuals. And you can't make somebody be with you. You can't come up with, some great plan or some deal to make the girl stay or anything like that. I just think it's crazy for him to act like men aren't actually trying to have sex with as many women as possible. I feel like that's just understood. And obviously not every single man, but most men, 100%, bro, are trying to have as many relationships as possible. Even committed men, even men who provide.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to say everyone, but I feel like I just can't believe he was defending that. I mean, Trump, I don't know if you're white, bro, but even Trump saying the craziest stuff about women. I mean, it's just it is part of that culture here. Not that it's a good thing, but I just feel like him trying to fight that, I have to step in. And I'm like, bro, that's not something to fight. I feel like most men are actively, if they can, trying to bag as many as they can.
No doubt about it. And I
also got a statement too.
All right, go ahead, Ambassador.
I just want to add to the fact that there's a lot of broken, with the fact that we have a lot of broken homes, a lot of young people today, and even maybe 20 years ago. I don't know how far I can go back, but a lot of us have grown up without fathers and mothers properly in the household. And if we did, their mothers and fathers wouldn't properly groomed as well on how to really be a parent or how to properly, be a mother, whatever the case may be. And so a lot of that has been transferred to the young people, to us, and we're also transferring that to our kids because we're lacking the discipline to educate ourselves in that regard. And so,
yeah,
I don't think it's misogyny. I think it's just poor upbringing.
Yeah,
it's lack of education too.
So I think the problem is so my point was when I was saying if we were trying to solve for X, what equation would you come up with to solve for X, right? And based on what you guys are saying like, oh, it's a lack of education. Okay, then you would have to ask, why is somebody or a group of people making sure that we don't get this education, right? What's the driver behind that? And then secondly, what does the lack of education breed, right? So ignorance breeds hate. Am I correct?
I'd say it can.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm talking about in these instances, ignorance breeds hate the vast majority of the time, right? So what is misogyny?
That's a good question because I know a lot of people
no, what is the literal definition of misogyny? It's the hatred of women, the hatred or disdain of women, right? So if you are ignorant, to y'all point, because y'all keep talking about lack of education. So if the people are intentionally being under and uneducated, right? To what end are the you know, the people who have the ability to educate us, to what end are they withholding that education? What is the reason? Oh, the reason is to create these systems, or to uphold these systems of oppression, i.e., patriarchy and or capitalism and and hold on, and or racism, right? So all of these systems are rooted in a lack of education. Ultimately, you can say that. But the way that the lack of education transpires, the way that it presents itself, is through misogyny, is through racism, is, you see what I'm saying? So you guys aren't saying, you're not arguing my point. You're just saying like, okay, the reason why the reason why people are so misogynistic is because of ignorance. And I will agree. I'm not going to argue with that, but that doesn't negate that misogyny is the way that it manifests itself. The way that the ignorance manifests itself is through misogyny or abuse, because when men are misogynistic, typically they end up abusing the women and children and other men around them. See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So let's go back. So if you want to talk about men chasing women, which Kale brought up, men chasing women is rooted in misogyny, because men are told a lie that your worth is rooted in how many women you can have sex with. Is it not? Is that not what the media tells men? Is that not what music tells men? Is that not what your daddy told you? Is that not what the men in your neighborhood told you? Is it, when you bring an attractive woman around, if you bring an attractive woman to the family cookout every year, or you bring an attractive woman to the bar every night, do your friends not high five you every night when you go out, when you leave the club with a new different woman? Even no matter what she looks like, if you just leave in the club with a woman every night, do your friends not high five you and say you the man? You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. That is misogyny. That is misogyny. That is a representation of it.
Here's the thing: a lot of people have conflated, and since I've been on TikTok, they have conflated misogyny with religion.
How is it conflated? Misogyny is embedded in religion. Religion was built on the back of misogyny. Misogyny predates religion, and religion was built on top of misogyny, misogynistic tenets. How is that? We just talked about it. I just gave an example, and Ali is up here. He said we spoke on a religion that we don't know about. What did we get wrong, Ali?
What's going on, brothers?
Chilling. What did we get wrong about the religion that we spoke on earlier?
There was a couple of people that commented. I haven't been in here long, and I met you maybe a week ago, and I came in and I admired your conversation and how much intellect you provided on the platform. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to somebody was agreeing and saying that the women are covering because they are forced, and that's not true. There's no force in it. And when I'm speaking from the religious part of it. I am Muslim, and in the Quran, it was told to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell the women, the believing women, to cover themselves for protection.
From who?
From people. It's just
from men. Exactly. From men. Right. So instead of the religion perpetuates boys will be boys, essentially, right? Instead of the religion telling the men, don't touch women. By no means do you touch women. Women are people, and you treat the women like human beings. You don't touch the women. They told the women to cover up because boys will be boys. That's misogyny.
Here's the thing. A lot of people in the past have used religion.
Hold on, Ambassador. Hold on, Ambassador. Let Ali respond, please.
I was going to say, you cut me off. You're talking about a whole total different thing. When you're saying that it's not telling the men that don't touch women, that's not the same ayah in the Quran. One doesn't have to do with the other thing. The reason why I said for the women to cover themselves for the protection, so that way they won't be lusted after. They won't be looked at as objects. So I'm in agreement with you saying what you're saying, but at the same time, the other flip side, yes, the religion does tell men to lower their gaze when they're amongst other women.
So let me get this. So, but that's but
the things that
no, but that's not. I know
things.
It's not, sir. That book is still not telling you what to really do, which is not to objectify women. That's what it should be saying. I should be able to look at BPG. I don't care if she got on a bikini. I should be able to make eye contact with her and maintain it and look at her like a person. The same way, if I'm walking around with no shirt on, a woman should be able to look at me like a human being, right? Same rules apply both ways, right? But those religious texts don't tell the men to do so. They tell them they basically make it So Cal, here's an example of what I'm saying in real time, and I'm glad Ali came up here and expressed this. So in these religious texts that they, inundate us with, right? Because you don't have a choice. If you grew up in a Muslim country, right, a country that's predominantly Muslim, you are going to be indoctrinated to some extent. Same way in America, we're indoctrinated into Christianity. The same way in Russia, they're indoctrinated into Christianity, right? The same way. You said what?
I'd say that's a generalization because, yes, I could say the worst case scenario, someone has to at least behave a certain way to be accepted socially. But at the end of the day, if you're going to talk about the religions that people are living around, it's about a personal relationship, and that person could choose not to have it.
It's not. Can I ask you a question? Why, if that's the case, if we're not indoctrinated, right? How many non-Christian holidays do we celebrate in America?
How many non-Christian holidays?
How many non-Christian holidays do we celebrate? First question. Hold on, Ambassador. Hold on.
Okay. I wouldn't be able to have the answer for that.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
I'm saying one that's rooted in a different religion. I'm saying not only non-Christian, because Flag Day technically isn't, whatever. But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like rooted in another religion. None. We don't celebrate any. We don't get days off. I'm talking about as a country. It's not a national holiday. Like y'all can say Nam Kippur, but only certain places let you get that off. It ain't like you get, you know what I'm saying? You don't get Hanukkah off, right? You don't get, you know what I mean? You get Christmas off though, right?
It depends.
I got another question for you. I got another question for you. How many of our leaders don't identify with the Christian faith historically? Would you say how many of them? You name them. Look at the dollar bill. George Washington. Yeah. Right now, historically, who? Obama was Christian. Trump has to be a fake Christian. Trump ain't been to church his whole life. He's a fake Christian now. Obama was a Christian. Biden said he grew up in the black church. Fucking lot. Like if we're not a Christian country.
That's a great point, because honestly, like I said, the point of for a social aspect, one can claim something just for the sake of being accepted. So you wouldn't really know at the end of the day, especially when it comes to politicians.
Tawana said Muslim women are the most oppressed women out of all other religions. It's wild. It's wild. It's and in some extreme versions of Christianity, same thing, right? I live right around the corner from a Christian extremist group. I'm pretty sure that's how I would identify them. And all the women wear long ass dresses, and like I went to the beach on Saturday or Sunday, and it was a woman at the beach, and she had on leggings, a long sleeve t-shirt, and a hijab. And I'm sitting there going, that's just not practical. Fuck the religion aside, that's not practical. You can't tell me that God said, yeah, go get in the water fully clothed. That makes sense. Like that don't make sense.
From I would say Asian countries, they do wear full covered clothing for the practicality, for a practical sense, which is the sun.
Sir, if you're going to get in the water, it is dangerous to get in the water fully clothed. Actually, dangerous. That's water on clothes weigh you down. So you got to be a really strong swimmer at that point. So you got something on your head weighing you down. Now the water is in it. That's another 3 pounds. And your clothes, another 7 pounds. Like that's heavy shit. You putting on another 12, you know what I'm saying? 12, 13, 14 pounds. Like what are we doing?
No, I get you.
Just so men don't look at you. That is misogyny, brother. We ask women to do so much. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Morality from every person.
So what?
Morality differs from every person.
Differs from person to person?
It does.
I mean, this is not about morality, but yeah.
Well,
Or I guess it is it?
It really is.
Which is the reason why there are certain things I guess, things that are in place to protect the women, like what Ali was saying, because everybody has different morals and values. Some don't have good intentions, whatever the case may be. And so what Ali was saying, I'm in agreement with him, although it doesn't seem like something good for us to do. And I'm not even a Muslim, but just the fact that they speak about the fact of a woman clothing herself fully it's not a form of trying to control the woman. It's just
100%.
Trying to protect them.
It's 100%. But once again, it's not about protection. It's about control of the woman, and it's a diabolical lie, right?
I mean, at the end of the day, the word control also differs. It depends who you're asking, what culture you're asking.
Well, I'm having a discussion, so I'm not going to keep having this like philosophical, like it could be different here. I'm telling you how I look at it. There's no doubt about it.
America is a melting pot.
Yeah, kind of, but telling a woman, it's a segregated melting pot then, because it's crazy. I don't know how that happened. We ain't melted. We like clumpy, lumpy ass oatmeal. We ain't smooth. But no, so the women women are definitely oppressed and controlled, and all of this stuff is rooted in women, in controlling women. That book, that Quran, the Bible, all of it, they never tell men to be better. Telling a man to not look at a woman is not teaching a man to be a better human being. How does that make you a better person? Keep your eyes down.
Here's the thing. I read a story.
Disrespectful.
I read a story somewhere where it was heavy, where women were always being abused, misused, sexually abused, whatever the case may be, and there was no laws in place. There was nothing in effect to regulate the attacks that a lot of these women were having. It wasn't until the Abrahamic law started to kick in where these women started to get some type of protection, because the thing is. You can put a law in place as much as you want, but the thing is, you cannot control people. You say we can't control women. Yes, I mean that's not what we're supposed to be doing. But you definitely can't control people, and people got their own way of looking at life, thinking, or whatever the case may be, and they can do whatever it is that they want to do. And you can't tell them, "Hey, this is wrong. You can't be doing this."
Yes, you can.
They're gonna do what it.
Happens all the time.
You can tell them, but it's not to say that they're going to listen. We're talking about dealing with men with pride, men that don't have no self-control.
That's a different word. I like that word. No, I like that phrase, no self-control. But yeah, you definitely can control people. Happens all the time.
No, I agree with that.
Happens all the time. They got a whole
hiring someone, but you can still not take certain people.
You said what, Cal?
No. I was saying I agree that law can be law, and people just may not follow it. Like an employer.
It's not about a law though. It's about socially conditioning people to be a certain way.
Yeah, that what we're doing now though.
I do think there's layers to social conditioning. There's those who control, who really control the narrative, and then there's also the masses that have fall under this category too, reinforcing these conditions, whether it's unintentional or intentional.
That's what I just said. Then they control people. That's what I'm saying. It comes from the top down, and they control us, bro. If they didn't control us, we wouldn't be in the conditions that we were in right now. If there wasn't a small group of people controlling a large group of people, we wouldn't be in a position that we are right now. Who wants to be poor? Who wants to watch the planet get destroyed? Who, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? We if they weren't controlling us, if this small group of people weren't controlling us, right, and getting a bunch of other people to fall in line and protect that system and protect these systems of oppression, it wouldn't work. It would fall. It would topple tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, they are controlling us, and you can control people. They do it all the time. Y'all think that they don't want any. Y'all think that the powers that be don't want crime. So when you see crime happening, you think, oh, see, they can't condition crime out of us, because if they could, there wouldn't be any crime. But that's not true. They love crime. They love crime. They don't give a fuck about crime.
I agree about that.
They love crime. They need crime. Crime is something that they need.
I mean,
so
90s and rap, you know, the music industry was intentionally, you know, to be a little bit violent, just to incite violence within, I would say, the lower income.
Cap.
Yeah.
That's mighty racist of you. Cap. Don't do that. Don't talk about hip hop. You should talk about something else. Don't.
But
Yeah.
no, I agree with that, though.
Don't do that. Nah, it wasn't.
Agree with that, though.
Why do you agree with that? What do you know about hip hop? What are the 5 tenets of hip hop?
I'm just talking about the languages that they be speaking about. That's the reason why a lot of people trying to walk away from it. They're not trying to listen to that.
Okay, I just want to know what the 5. If we gonna talk about what hip hop was created for, tell me the 5 tenets of hip hop.
I know what hip hop was created for. It was created in more of a positive light.
Okay, then he said that's what it was created for, and I said it wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I said that's what it was utilized in the music industry.
No, you said that's what it was created for. But okay, now you want to add a caveat to it. You're saying that now people abuse it. Okay, cool. But they did the same thing. They did the same thing with rock.
I mean, I never identified exactly who.
I know.
I mean,
yeah, you don't have to identify who. You can just say they. I'm good with they because I know who they are. Right? I know a lot of people don't. I don't just think about some mythical they. I know who they are. The oligarchs, the capitalists that run the country. Yeah, I know who they are. Right? But yeah, nah, we gonna move around. Oh, you read a story. Did I read this one? Oh no, I think I missed let me read this one because this one was good. Tawana said you can leave Christianity without the threat of unaliving. What up, BPG? Give me 1 second. Evie said you can't tell people what to do, yet tell women and force them to cover up. Why not create laws to control men instead? Absolutely. They do have laws, though, Evie. They do have laws. The problem isn't laws. I don't care about laws. Laws don't do anything. Or laws do very little. The social conditioning is the problem. We live in a grape culture. So there's a culture of grape. There's a culture of people like very few crimes get solved. The vast majority of crimes don't get reported. So I don't really care about criminality. Like criminality is the least of our worries. It's the social conditioning. It's all the shit that we don't report, right? It's the 1 out of 4 women that get SA'd, the 1 out of 5 little girls that get SA'd, the 1 out of, you know what I mean? Like it's the 1 out of 3 women that get that's been abused. It's the one, like it's that stuff because it ain't 1 out of 3 women ain't report like if 1 out of 3 women reported abuse, it would back up the justice. Like they wouldn't even be able to function. If 80% of women went down to the precinct and filed a report, it would shut down our system. It would come to a halt. They wouldn't even be able to function. See what I'm saying? Like I'm saying if they reported it and they actually like took it serious, like they wouldn't have enough. They wouldn't have enough resources. We would have to, it would take the whole of men. You know what I'm saying? It would take like the whole of men to like get on the case and like solve the case. Like, you know what I mean? Like it would be a ridiculous amount of resources they would need to fight this stuff. So yeah,
Let me ask you a question, Pablo.
Yeah.
So since you said earlier that people can be controlled,
right? Yes, absolutely.
And you're speaking about the whole misogyny, I'm sorry, we're living in a great society. Why aren't the people that's in the higher power controlling the people and causing them to stop raping?
Because they don't care about grape.
So why are we fighting a war that we can't beat, or we feel like we can't beat?
I feel. What do you mean?
Let's just let misogyny win.
Yeah, I was like, I'm definitely not down for just laying down. So,
what position are we playing to fight out these attacks?
Fight back. Like unlearn that shit. You don't be a threat. You don't. The easiest
is a good thing.
The easiest thing we could do as men is for us not to be predators. If every man just took it apart, fuck stopping somebody from doing. Don't even worry about that. You yourself just worry about yourself. This is one of the only times I'm gonna tell y'all be selfish. Men, don't worry about nobody else. Focus on yourself. Eat your own dinner. Keep your eyes on the road. You yourself stop being a predator. You stop being a predator. You stop being a predator. You stop being abusive. You unpack your own shit. Before you go, put on your what do they tell you to do when you're on a flight? Put on your mask first. Like, put your mask on first, and then go help everybody else. Like, stop looking around and worrying about everybody else. Nah. Put your fucking mask on, because you about to pass out. You put your shit on first, and then after you know, go help other people. But most men ain't even put the mask on, and we still out here gasping for air. We ain't got a way to go. I got to read this one. It's a good one. Hold on. Nana Paper Plan said, if hijabs are so much protection, why is grape out of control in the Middle East? I wish Ali was up here to answer that. What up, BBG?
Hey, y'all. It was a point that was made earlier that kind of made me laugh a little bit, where they talked about religion and how it was a form of protection for women, you know, because modesty was, you know, inserted, and that meant that women could be a little bit safer because, you know, they would be dressed in a way where they wouldn't provoke men. The way that is so unbelievably opposite, and I don't even mean a little bit, I mean a lot of it. It's so opposite, because the onset of modesty, especially within religious practices, came from men who literally couldn't control themselves, to the point where they were performing these religious practices, and they were getting distracted by women who had veils on. Like, that's why in a lot of religious texts, you'll hear people talk about how women weren't allowed into, like, temples, or, you know, the men would have to speak on behalf of the entire community, specifically to God, because when women would even enter the temple, like, they didn't have to be uncovered at all. If they were completely covered from head to toe with veils on, the men still couldn't figure out how to control themselves. So it just kept going further and further and further, and it never actually resolved the issue, because the only thing that started happening was that the women would get punished for being in the space. They would get punished for talking too much. They would get punished for, you know, trying to pray on their own behalf. They would be considered the link between women and specifically Satan, because there was a book that I read that talked about how when women would wear jewelry, or if they would put we call it eyeliner now, but if they would put dark powder around their eyes, that they were trying to entice men. Like, that was the reason why, you know, they were close to Satan, because they had this sort of pious attitude, and they wanted to, you know, adorn themselves with gold jewelry so that they can entice men. And the reason why they did that is because they had slept with fallen angels. Like, that was the excuse. And it's absolutely, like, it's insane now to think about. But in reality, like we just heard in real time, men who think that makes sense. Like, that is perfectly Bible excuse that, you know, hey, women need to be modest because it'll protect them and it'll keep them safer. It never has. Like, literally for thousands of years, it never, at no point, has kept any woman safer being covered from head to toe.
Hold on, Ambassador. Hold on. Let me read the super chat. Sean said, what about Me Too movement for women that were sexually assaulted in Mecca? I didn't hear about that. Let E go real quick, Ambassador. She just got up here, but I want E to get her chance. Go ahead, E.
Hey, y'all. It's just, I wanted to give an example. Well, one, I wanted to just say it's frustrating, sad, and maddening that the onus and responsibility continues to be put on women to be modest so men won't look at you, to be meek and mild and quiet so men don't look at you. And that starts when we're little girls, right? There are things we can't, quote unquote, culturally do or wear as little girls. Many of us can resonate with this, and it was because of the behaviors of men.
Yep. Go put on something. Give this example. Go put on something less revealing your uncle coming over type shit.
Exactly, right? And so women know this to be true because it started when we were young. I wanted to just give a quick example of, since, you know, folks were bringing religion into it and how misogyny is deeply rooted in religion, no matter which one you really kind of want to talk about. But specifically, I have an aunt who is Muslim, and I saw her not too long ago, And I've always noticed she wears full hijab all the time. But there are moments where she will take off her hijab when we're in the home. My dad, who is her brother, she won't have it around him, and of course, like her sons, my cousins, or whatever. But I asked her a couple weeks ago, why did she remove it around some men and not others? And what she said to me was that because in her religion, her hair must be fully covered around men where there's an opportunity for like a romantic connection, which could be as close as your first cousin. And so she doesn't have her hijab off around other male family members because of that reason. And if that isn't another example enough as to why this is deeply rooted in misogyny and control and has nothing to do with morals or anything like that. It's just men are predators and have been, and women have been the victims of that. Yet we have to carry the responsibility of that, and that's something wrong with that.
See, that's my problem right there. We're talking about millions and millions of men in the world, and we're trying to have one guy try to control a massive amount of men because these men don't know how to control themselves. And at some point, it's like, okay, if I was some type of leader, some type of government official, whatever the case may be, during that time, because back in the day, we were like savages. We was a savage society, and we didn't know how to really conduct ourselves as human beings. And so, trying to manage a whole group of men and say, "Hey, you need to stop doing this. You need to be more self-controlled." That's easier said than done. So the only thing that I feel like that needed to happen was to try to mitigate it as much as possible by saying, "Okay, women, look, we can't control these men. We can tell them all day, hey, you need to control yourself. They're just gonna keep doing what they're doing. So let's try to protect our women. Let's say, hey, women, let's look. Y'all go ahead and wear less revealing. Less revealing clothing, so that way we can kind of mitigate them being so consumed in their own pleasures and whatever."
Be for real. Be for real.
That never worked. And no, I don't think you heard what I mentioned earlier. That never worked at no point. And I think and I'll explain where that frustration comes from, because I think that I've said this before. I think that men sometimes mean well when they say that, because y'all don't have that lived experience of consistently being objectified from childhood up. So it's very, very hard to envision a life where if you do all the things and you follow all the rules, that you'll still be subjected to the same exact thing as somebody who doesn't. And that's what women and girls go through on a consistent basis. As a girl who grew up in church, who had to wear the long denim skirts, who had to wear the t-shirts that were a little bit baggy and the little pumpkin seed shoes, who had to wear itchy tulle skirts that had on slips underneath, that had tights and socks and all of those things, as a girl who had to wear uniform, because when they introduced uniforms to school, the whole point was that so other kids wouldn't bully each other, and so that everybody would look the same, so it wouldn't be an issue. Every single one of those circumstances still had me in a space where old men who were literally, you talking about starting at 21 up, from the time that I was, and a lot of women can attest to this, 6 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, those men were stopping me on the street in a uniform. They were stopping us, and we had a guy at our church who they would tell the girls, "Don't you ever make sure you don't go in the kitchen where he is. Make sure you don't, if you go to the bathroom, take somebody with you." And this was in a small church. Men don't have the capacity, for whatever reason, to control other men. So they think that it's easier to tell women and girls to do this thing because it'll keep them safe. And just like Public said, if you start lining up women and girls, if you start them at the age they can talk and they can identify and say, All they got to be able to say is that's him. If you start lining them up from age 1, 2 to all the way up to 99 plus, I guarantee you it will cripple the system at how many of these women and girls have been assaulted in jean denim skirts and in bikinis and in plaid uniforms.
Let me ask you this then, BPG. Let's just say that is the case. And
it is.
That's the case.
That's the case.
That's definitely the case.
You stay giving excuses. You're like excusing away the responsibility and accountability. I don't understand.
Hold on one second. BPG, if you was in a position of dictatorship, because that's how it was back in the day, if you was in a position of dictatorship, how would you have handled that situation? Of course, we have progressed over certain decades, whatever the case to be, but how would you handle that situation back in the day if these things was out of control, there were no laws in place, there was nothing in place for any type of protection for these women? How would you govern that? Like, what would be your solution?
Heavily persecute men who perpetuate these crimes against women, against children, against other men. The reason why we still have these things going on is because it is very similar consequences to then. If we want to talk about a barbaric society where men are able to run loose and do whatever it is they choose to do, we live in that. We live in that now. That the space that we're talking about historically, that it isn't far-fetched that men were able to create laws and policies that meant that they could tell women to dress less scantily clad so that they could protect themselves, but still go about terrorizing the community. That still exists, because if you look at places like Boston or Detroit or Chicago or New York or LA or Austin or Houston, you have a great backlog where women have come forward and they talked about their abusers. And when they do investigate these things, guess what? They find out that some of these men are serial rapists. So it's not a matter of whether or not we should continuously be policing women's bodies. We need harsher punishment for men who are committing these crimes, because apparently y'all ain't listening when we say it. So if you are a man who's coercive, guess what? You're going to jail. If you a man that's drugged a woman, you're going to jail. If you talk about you gave her a drink to loosen her up so y'all could go on a date, go to jail. That's fine. I think that would be a perfectly good solution.
I agree. And this is because I have 2 girls, and my whole thing that I'm trying to do is try to protect them as much as possible. And now I can easily go and attack a man for doing what he's doing. For messing with my daughter, whatever the case may be, if she's older. But there's multiple men that are like this, and it will be just me by myself trying to attack multiple men that are attacking our women.
Why would you go attack me? Why do you need to attack them? I don't understand.
I'm saying it's okay. I don't know what the stats are, but there's a higher percentage of men that I would say. I'm just gonna throw a number out there between 75 to 100. I think it's about 75% of men that were unalived women, sexual abuse of women. I think it's very prevalent. I've never seen this prevalent in my entire life, all the way up to now. And so, and it's going, and I feel like it's going to keep increasing. Now, I do agree with you, BPG. It does need to be some type of repercussions as far as imprisonment. But just imagine, you got 75% of men that are acting like this. Trying to put all those men, as much as these prisons are flooded, trying to put all those men in prison. Where are the other men going to be at?
Can I ask you a question?
I'm not understanding this at all.
Because I watched this episode of Boondocks, and it kind of cracked me up because I was watching it with my dad and my uncles, and the way that they reacted kind of told me a lot. You remember Boondocks when they had the Booty Warrior on there?
Mm-hmm. I don't watch that type of content. I watch a lot of old school stuff.
Okay, so to give some context, there was this episode of the Boondocks, this cartoon. It's like an anime-ish kind of cartoon, but it talks about pop culture, where this guy who was in prison and he just enjoyed raping and assaulting men. He got out and he ended up on the Chris Hansen show, To Catch a Predator. And instead of them catching him trying to get with a child, he was trying to get Chris.
He was trying to get with Chris Hansen, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm here for you, Chris."
In the room with me. I ain't come for no kids. I came for man booty. Like, that's what he said. And I remember when he said that, like, all the men in the room was like, no, oh my God, no. And they didn't need, like, my dad didn't have any boys. My uncle didn't have any boys. They didn't need any sons. They didn't need any nephews to know, like, oh my God, that's a horrible, disgusting thing. Please don't do that to men. That's just absolutely awful. Because they could see and understand themselves being in that situation, in that predicament. So they saw the humanness in those other men and they just thought it was disgusting. I don't know what be happening in y'all brain where y'all got to have daughters to know that grape is terrible.
I know what be happening. The disconnect is most men, this is the, unfortunately, most men don't see women as human beings. So they, in men's minds, it is justified if a man takes that from a woman, it makes sense to a man. I mean, but what does she have on? That woman didn't need to go to Mike Tyson room at 3:00 in the morning. Like that's how that's where it comes from. That's exactly where it comes from. So that's the disconnect, right? But we all know that, like you just alluded to, men understand consent very well when you talk about man on man. Because you can't even look a man's way without a man, put him up. That motherfucker want to rumble.
Who can't watch that episode in real life? They can't watch it. They cannot, they can't stomach it, can't sit through it. But I want y'all to consider that when you have daughters. Like, forget that that's my daughter, because that comes from that sense of ownership. Somebody stole my car. That's disgusting. Why would you do that? That's my car that belongs to me. Why would you do that? A lot of times, the reason why men can understand and conceptualize how wrong it is when it's happening to their daughters is not because they see women who are in distress or girls who are in distress. It's because they see something that belongs
their
to
property
them being violated and taken advantage of. How dare you touch my daughter or my mother or my sister? She belongs to me. Her capacity is for me. And you gonna make sure that she can't do what I need her to do because you done violated her? Oh, hell no.
Wicked work.
No.
That's not the case with me.
Hold on, hold on, Ambassador. Let me read this super chat. Sunrise E said, "Remove hands and wieners. Problems." Y'all sounding real. Y'all sounding. It's getting a little domestic in here. Y'all sounding like y'all want to run this shit like motherfucking Kim Jong-un type shit, man. What y'all talking about? Y'all what's going on? Calm that down a little bit. We not doing all of that. I know. They said Old Testament. Yeah, y'all want to get biblical. I thought y'all didn't like religion.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm trying to steer it away from it.
They said thigh for a wiener. That shit crazy. I don't want to do that. Nah, but on some real shit, doing it. I'm on some like not after the fact type shit. I'm on some let's meet the problem where it starts, and where it starts is men are taught that women are things to be had and that we could take it if we want to, as long as we can, right? We could take what we want. That's what men are taught. Like as long if we could take it, if they can't stop us, then they can't stop us. Like, oh, can your man fight? No, oh, then you single. Like that's how men think about women. Like, oh, you can't fight me off, so that's mine, right? Same way the booty warrior think in prison. I like you and I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. If you can't fight me off, I'm taking it. That's just how men think about these types of things. And then what makes it even more sick is that even the men who wouldn't do that stuff, like I wouldn't do that personally, but even the men who wouldn't do that stuff, they still run around justifying it. They still run around downplaying it. They still run around putting the onus on women, talking about, oh, it makes sense to tell women to wear hijabs. That is a direct, like now you are a part. Now you have shown up, right? Now you have shown up to the party, right? With drinks and everything. Like now you are a part of the shit. All you had to do, at the most, you could have just stayed out of it. But now you want to say, oh no, that makes sense, man. We do got to protect the women. So I get them telling them women to dress a certain way and to protect themselves, because that's just their protection. No.
What's your solution? What's your solution? Do you got some girls?
No, I don't have no daughters. BBG just told you I don't need no daughters. I'm a human. Oh, okay. I know I don't want to get raped. How about we start there? That's a universal. Like I don't need nobody to tell me a story about grape or nothing like that. I know what it is, and I don't want it for me. So I'm gonna start and end with that one. I ain't got no daughter. I got sons. I'm definitely instilling in my sons, consent and all of that stuff. I actually wrote a book about consent. It's on my link tree. Y'all go read it. But yeah, so consent is really important to me and my son, because I didn't even know about consent until I was older. I thought I knew it until I got older and was like, yo, hey, wait a minute. Shit, I didn't know what it was. But the solution is to stop lying to men and tell men the truth and tell them that you need to treat women like human beings. You need to stop seeing women as figurines to collect and to, you know what I mean? And just because same way men do with children, just because children can't fight, men are programmed to abuse things that cannot defend themselves. We are programmed to take advantage of people who cannot defend themselves. Like that is what most men are programmed to do, unfortunately. So we deprogram men. We start with our children. We teach our sons, hey, you got to have integrity. Doing the right thing when nobody is looking. That's the best thing you can do. That's the best thing you can do. Do the right thing when nobody is looking. Yeah, I know you want to do it when you get quiet in the class, or and your teacher told everybody to get quiet, and you get quiet so the teacher can see you or whatever. It's also just, what I mean? Like, it's also cool to, like, when you go out of class, to when they say be respectful in the hallways or going to the restroom. You know what I'm saying? You be quiet in the restroom. You be quiet on your way to the bathroom too when nobody is watching. Right? You just be mindful and be respectful. But it'd be simple shit like that. If you did it when they were kids, it wouldn't be such this like big undertaking when we're adults. Because now we're adults and it's like chipping away at a motherfucking mountain to get to a gym in the middle of the mountain at this point. When you know what I mean? After 30, 40 years of being indoctrinated into misogyny. Right? Go ahead, E.
Well, I was just going to say, to your point, and I think it definitely goes farther, and I know you know this, but it goes farther than us telling and teaching our kids. It's like we have to be modeling the changes that are very necessary and long overdue. And many people don't model and actively parent in those ways. Some of it is ignorance, but also it's just responsibility and accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And Ambassador, I'm sorry, most of the things that you've been saying, and maybe I don't know if you're just not expressing it in a different way, but all that I hear are like avoiding the responsibility, and the fact that you have daughters is a scary thing because you keep bringing it up, but in the way of like seemingly that there is a care for it because you have daughters, like Public saying, right? He has sons, but he doesn't need daughters or a sister or a mom or any other blood related woman, because that's usually who you guys like somehow hold dear to or use in a way of an example. But it's like, it shouldn't fucking matter.
I think it's what BPG said, E. It's just that property shit, because I've told the story before, but one of my ex-girlfriend's sister was, something happened to her, and somebody that I knew did it to her. And at the time, I was mad, I was hurt for her, but I felt very disrespected personally. I took it personally. Like, I was like, he knows that that's my girl's sister, and he would do that to my girl's sister. Like, oh, he must think I'm a punk. So I was looking for that fool in the daylight with a flashlight. Like, I was asking everybody, because I was like, hey, have you seen this dude? Have you seen him? Oh, no, he ain't came to the park in like a couple months. I ain't seen him since June. I ain't seen him since. I'm like, all right, if you see him, man, give me a call, man. I've been looking for him. I miss it. I ain't telling nobody what's going on. I'm telling them, like, I'm just looking for him. That's the homie type shit. You know what I'm saying? So they don't get tipped off. But yeah, I never saw him again. But I took that as a slight to my manhood at the time. No doubt about it. And I was like, yo, if I find this motherfucker, like, it was over. Like, I was like, I was going to end up on the news type shit. Like, I felt so disrespected. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what a lot of men feel when it comes to protecting the women closest to them. Like we just want to do it because it protects our ego, right? If a woman is walking next to you and somebody does something to them, yeah, that sucks that they did it to them. But it's also like, this motherfucker think I'm a pussy. Like, You just gonna run up to my girl and smack my girl in the butt when I'm standing here? All right. You know what I'm saying? But like if your girl got smacked on the butt and you wasn't there, it's different. You're gonna be mad.
Okay. We talking about a different type of man. And here's I understand what you're saying, E. You know, I know you may be misinterpreting or misunderstanding what I'm saying. I get misunderstood all the time. But I love my babies. I wouldn't have been as good of a father if it wasn't for them. Who
told you was a good father?
I did. And they reaffirm that each and every day.
All right.
And so when I talk to them on the phone, they're like my best friends. We talk about a lot of stuff. And my ultimate goal is to try to raise them to learn how to be good stewards in society. My job, of course, I did play that role in the beginning where I tried to control. But I quickly realized when they was around 4 years old with my oldest daughter, that wasn't going to work. So I had to switch gears and learn parenting tactics. And so that's why they accept me a little bit more than they did before. So yes, my job is to protect my job is to protect my girls and my son. And that's not even something that I would have.
Have you taught your son about consent? Did you teach your son about consent?
Yeah, what are y'all talking about with that consent thing? Consent to give to somebody. My son is young. If you talking about
how old is he?
Smecks,
yeah, how old is
he?
He's
8 years old.
He's 8 years old. Perfect. This is when you got to start teaching him right now.
Well, I mean, I tell him don't let anybody touch you down there. Of course, I tell him that.
But what about?
But there's certain levels that I'm waiting to there's things that I'm observing about him. Certain words that he will say that'll kind of lure me to say, okay, he's ready for this type of conversation. And then I'll bring that up.
But there are non-sexual ways to learn consent because it goes way beyond that. And as a child is a great way to start because just their day-to-day interactions with others is an introduction to that. And it'll set us up for when we become, we're growing into adulthood and moving into another category.
This is on some not even on some plug shit, on some real shit. I wrote a book on consent. It's for kids. It's for kids. You can read it. You can read to your son. I think it does a pretty decent job of explaining consent to kids in a very in a very a gentle way that has nothing to do with smacks whatsoever. Mm-hmm. It's just how to consent to friendships and how people consent within a friendship or within a relationship that's not just between two people. Right. It has a boy and a girl in it, but because that's important. Right. I wanted that to be shown between the boy and the girl, but it ain't about being her boyfriend or being his girlfriend. It ain't got nothing to do with that. But the link is in my link tree if you want to. It's real easy to order it off Amazon. She'll read it on some real shit. You can read it to him. 8 years old. My son is 8. That's perfect time. Yeah. I've been teaching my son. Not me, but me and my wife have been teaching my son about consent since 2, 3. We've been planting them seeds. Definitely my body, my choice, and then the other way around, right? For them, you know what I'm saying? We respect his boundaries. But that's that's physical, but also just if somebody doesn't want unwanted attention, right? He may like a girl and he may be saying he likes her all the time, and she may be oh, okay, I don't like you, and then okay, you just shut it down. Okay. That's cool. Thanks. But a lot of boys just keep going and keep going and keep going. And, oh, I like you. I like you. I like you. Oh, I like you. Let me write you a letter. Let me buy you a teddy bear and da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? But she already said she don't like you. So drop it.
You wrote a book on consent?
Yeah, I wrote a children's book on consent. Yeah.
Is it somewhere we can
it's in my link tree. Yep. If you click on my link tree on my profile, it's in there.
Okay.
That's impressive, man. Very impressive.
Yep. But let me read this super chat. Yasmin Francis said, if you are worried about your daughter, start by believing women and their lived experiences. I mean, that's what I'll be saying, man. A lot of this stuff just starts with us personally. It just starts with us personally. It ain't as men, just you and me individually, you know what I mean? It ain't about you changing the world. It ain't about me talking to 10,000 men and convincing them to da-da-da-da. Just about you seeing the world differently. You take, you know what I mean? You taking accountability for the things that you have done and do. You not inflating your, you know, your value or your worth or anything like that, and really recognizing, you know, the type of person you are, and not to like, you know, like you tried your hardest and that's fine, but like recognize like whatever traumas you might be responsible for, whatever negative stereotypes you might be perpetuating, anything like that, whatever negativity you're playing into, whatever. Understand the systems of oppression is important. That way you can see like where you fall in that, right? Like, oh, what am I doing to uphold this system of oppression? Like all of this stuff, but just day to day, like, what are you doing? What are your relationships like? What are your interactions like with women? What are your interactions like with children? What are your interactions like with other men? What are your interactions like with cishet men and men who identify as gay, trans people, like all that, like all of these are just layers, but you know, you start small. I'm not saying you got to do all of it at one time. I definitely couldn't do it at one time, but just doing that type of stuff. And then as you branch out, it's like, oh, your son wants to explain consent. Go ahead, BBG son.
What is consent?
So if you want to hug someone, you gotta ask if you want to hug them first.
Yep.
That's consent in a nutshell.
Yeah, just so.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, okay.
Or if you're like trying to
hold on, wait, I can't hear him.
Someone, or where they don't want to get touched or anything of the sort, you gotta ask them first.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
He ain't lying.
And he's 11. He's been knowing that since I don't even know how long. It is so unbelievably easy. It is so, since he was 7, he just said 7, but I think it was before that. But it is so unbelievably easy to teach kids consent. And it's easier to teach kids consent because the purity of their minds, truthfully, is that, okay, I have to ask for a hug.
Yep.
I have to ask for a handshake.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask, you know, can I play with you? Is it okay if I come over here?
Can I talk to you?
Can I talk to you?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? Like, it's very easy to teach little kids consent because unfortunately, once kids get to the point of being high school age, a lot of parents get in denial about whether or not their kids know about sexual touch or anything like that. So they have already dropped the ball with those kids because a lot of times their boys and some of the girls don't know that you can't just go up to people grabbing their behinds like in the wood. It's too many boys that think that unconsensual touching is just a rite of passage. You can teach little kids consent. You just have to be dedicated to doing so.
Also, when I was in junior high school and stuff, when we was in them locker rooms, the boys, we used to, hey man, I seen a nigga get choked out in the locker room, and the homie just dropped him, and he went face first and busted his whole teeth, and he had to get braces. Like all his shit got busted. He had to get, I don't even know. I think he ended up getting veneers in eventually. His name was James. I'll never forget that shit. We was in the locker room. Like, you want to talk about violating? We were violating each other. Like wedgies, we used to grab each other's, like literally like grab your and just squeeze them. Like we could do smacking on the ass, like all type. We were just doing wild shit, little adolescent. You know what I'm saying? Adolescent boys, teenage boys. We did all types of wild shit to each other. Consent was not in our lexicon. We did not understand that. It was not a thing. It was just not a thing. Kicking each other in the nuts.
It starts at a very early age. The first time I had a boy, I don't remember the first time I had a boy or a man like grab me and grope me, but I know there was one time in particular. I was in the 4th grade, which is about what's the name? Son age. That's 4th grade is about 8-9 years old. And this boy, we was on the playground. He ran up to me and grabbed my butt. Now I'm minding my business. I ain't said nothing to him. I remember his name. So, matter of fact, I won't call him out. His name was Tori. I remember that so vividly. He came up to me and grabbed my butt. Now, me being me, because I've always been the same way.
Was your brother named Stacy?
No, I ain't had no brother. I ain't need no brother because I came up to him in class and whispered in his ear that I would be waiting outside in his bushes every single day. And I was never going to tell him when I was going to attack, but I was going to get him back for grabbing my butt. And the way that boy was so shook for the rest of the school year, because I would just leave him little notes for the rest of the month. Like, you know, I'm still coming for you, right? You know, I'm going to still get you, right? And I would just look at him and smile and I would say, I'm still gonna get you, right? And he was so terrified. Every time he saw me, he would apologize. But that's how early it starts with boys, like not understanding, hey, you can't touch, whoever you want to touch. You have to be able to understand consent, because you will find yourself in a situation where maybe you find some little psychotic, fourth grade girl who will threaten you, to no end because you grabbing booties. Like, don't do that.
I was afraid to kiss. I was afraid for a while of some things, but I didn't know. My thing with consent was I didn't know, or I didn't understand that no means no, meaning just one no will suffice.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need, like, she said no, walk away. I would be like, no, okay, try again in 2 days, try again in 4 days, try again in a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that was my thing.
That's most men,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting, probably, because most women back in the day used to always say, you gotta keep fighting for me. So, they would say stuff like that.
I never had a girl tell me that, sir. I promise you.
Really?
Never. I never heard that out of a girl's mouth.
They'll literally call you weak. You ain't a man because you're not pushing for them.
Can we be clear, though, that when women say that they want a man that's willing to fight for them, they don't mean themselves. Like, they don't mean fight me for me. Like, that's not at all.
They mean put in more work.
Yeah, that's not what I'm not saying fight them. What I'm saying is, yeah, like you said, put in more work.
Yeah, maybe putting in more work doesn't mean just continually asking them. And that's what I was doing. It wasn't like I was like proving to them my worth. Like, I would just like, okay, she said no on Monday, and then Wednesday I'd be like, hey, what's up? No, for real though. And she'd be like, no, I'm not good. And then it's a month later, we in the class. I'm like, yo, man, what's up? You been playing with me, man? Why you been playing? You gonna do your boy like that? Oh, I see what it, trying to guilt her or whatever.
That lady.
Yeah, like
that's
shit
what
was
doing in class.
Hey, sometimes I ain't gonna even. Every now and again, shit, I did it. I ain't gonna even. Or in real life. With the oh no, come on, please, no, oh, come on, just a tip. Oh, just let me lick it all, let me eat it. Same shit. She said no, nigga, no. Let it go.
Okay.
And men have to understand that that's like the biggest revelation is realizing that that's coercion. Like,
that is coercion.
There is a difference. Like, I always, when I tell people about and I be trying not to share my stories because I'm not trying to make my husband look like he's perfect, because he be getting on my nerves too, like any other man. But what I will say is when you talk about the difference between somebody fighting for you and somebody fighting you, a man that's consistently like pushing you to be in a relationship with him, that's not what women mean. When my husband first started calling
me, Mrs. Wright,
on the date, but he would consistently call my house, and my dad would hang up and be like, nope, you can't talk to her. Now, I wanted to talk to him, but my dad said no.
Yeah,
and
that's different.
Call back. He would politely call back and say, Mr. Williams, can I please speak to your daughter, blah, blah, blah. And my dad would be like, no, and hang up. And he'd be like, oh, I like that boy. He's persistent. And then my husband would call back and he'd hang up on him again. That's the like, there's a difference between pursuing somebody that likes you, and you're going through different, like, okay, I'm proving to you that I genuinely want this relationship, because whatever obstacles we come into, I'm going to, fight those obstacles, but I'm not fighting you. Like, I'm not telling you, oh, get over yourself so we can be in a relationship. No, that's weird.
Yep. Hey, Dan, I put you on mute, brother. You can come up and get unmuted though, if you would like to. I would like to hear your, you said this wasn't the number one reason. You said it had nothing to do with misogyny. I would love to hear how it doesn't. Yeah, those was wild days. And most of the men that I know, we were not like, that was what we were just taught. Like,
Yeah, it was like, it's like romanticized in like media, right? Like coercion. It's like this enticing thing, and violation was always looked at or always portrayed as like a really violent thing, which is why people don't realize that assault and anything under that umbrella does not have to be violent in the ways that we have been shown somebody jumping out the bush, grabbing you and violently.
That's what
you know what I
think.
mean? Like it happens with people and you are dating and, and I think that's where like people have just got it twisted because coercion has been romanticized, which is why nobody knows what it looks like.
Yep. They think coercion in the movies is like the boy that goes over the girl's house and throws the rocks at her window and she's like, get out of here. And then he's like, no. And then, or fucking, what was it? House Party when they went to go pick up Sydney and she, you know what I mean? And she wasn't trying to go and you know what I mean? And it's like that. I'm not saying like that was Smex, but it was just like, just like, oh no, like, all right. When she said no, you should just been like, all right, bet. Like, cool, right? No harm, no foul. But instead, it's like, oh, please, But and if he's doing that just to get her to a party, and you saw in the movie, like that's what I'm saying. All of that shit all of that, man. Boys and men are so conditioned to coerce women into having sex with them. It's not even funny. Like,
it's wrong to expect that from.
You said it's wrong to expect that from women?
No, that's why it's wrong to expect that men know this stuff, or they should know this stuff.
No, it's not wrong. It's just it's wrong is the wrong word. It's definitely not wrong. You should know. You should educate yourself. It's wrong that they're taught that. It's not wrong that they don't know it though. I'm still blaming men for not knowing it.
And that's wild because women know because we're the victims of it, which means we're victimized by men who should know. Also, but regardless, that's a wild take that you would even say, again, another excuse and avoiding accountability of, well, that's why you shouldn't expect them to know. Like, are you serious? Do you hear yourself?
That is an actual thing.
That's like the 10th time.
I'm listening to myself. Like, I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm really speaking from a place of all the men that I've been interacting with. And
Me
I know
too.
A lot of the stuff that they be saying be very ridiculous. But I'm just looking at the fact that when I have conversations with some of these men, and I'm like, dude, you should know. You're like 50 years old. You should be knowing this stuff. But not a lot of men have access or even have the inkling to even find this information. Like, they don't have people like you, Public, BPG, E. Like, the stuff that you would talk about, BPG, as far as with your son, which is very impressive. I like that for you. He sounds very educated, very smart. Glad for that. And I teach my kids the same thing. I didn't know that's what you were saying regarding consent, but I teach my kids that because of the place that I come from me growing up, how I was handled and how I was misused or whatever the case would be. And so because of that, I said, look, I'm gonna teach my kids the same thing. Don't let nobody touch you. Don't do this, don't do that, whatever the case may be. Or if get permission, because that's not your place to be doing this, whatever. I'll educate my kids on that because that's what I would have wanted. Then that's how I teach them. I teach them according to how I would want to treat. And so, but a lot of the stuff that y'all be saying, I understand what y'all saying, but a lot of people haven't come to this place in their life. They haven't come to this realization.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse. And what you said was basically you were saying, how can we?
Excuse?
Well, you did though. When you say that, okay, let me tell you why. When you say this, when you say, basically, I'm paraphrasing if I'm not mistaken. You were like, that. How can you get mad at the men because they don't know any better, right? Which to your whole point initially was ignorance. But that's a cop out. Ignorance is a cop out. Saying you don't know something, like imagine that in any other capacity, like at work. Like, oh, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do that. You can still get fired. They don't give a fuck that you. Oh, you didn't know? Okay. You didn't know you couldn't just eat whatever behind. Oh, no, I didn't know I couldn't just. Well, okay. Slap on it. No, nigga, you're going to get fired. They don't care. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You should have known. You should have thought about it. You should be more mindful, more demure. Right? But not enough men. We act like these things are so hard to understand. But it's simply just because we don't try to understand them. Because once again, consent. If a man tried to take your booty, you would understand consent. I don't care if you was 15 or 50, you would know consent. You would need no lessons in consent. You know consent if you've ever been hit on by a gay man. Because most heterosexual men, when they get hit on by a gay man, they, oh my God, like, right? Isn't that the reaction? So you think I'm a punk? You think I'm like all that weird shit, right? Not just take it as a compliment like it is. Like most cishet men have an adverse reaction to a man who identifies as gay hitting on them. Y'all understand consent? Then you understand cat. They ain't even cat calling, but that's just as bad as cat calling in man's mind. Just a man hitting on another man. In a man's mind, they react the way that a woman will react to a man fucking howling out the window to her, being disrespectful, making lewd comments to her, right? A man could just simply flirt with the man and be open about it. Oh, I think you're handsome. Oh, I think you're attractive, or whatever the case may be. And that man, how dare you? But then they don't understand how catcalling is fucking wild and disrespectful as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we understand, we have the capacity to understand. We just don't care. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I know we have the capacity.
Yeah,
it's just a fact. It's just the fact that everybody, and this is what I recognize in psychology, because I help my mom with her practice dealing with people on a regular basis. And she's actually training me right now too as well. But what I realized in doing this counseling sessions is that everybody is not at the place where they need to be in a healthy way. Like some of the stuff that they be saying be the most ridiculous stuff. And some of them, they say a lot of ridiculous stuff and they be like, and I try to educate.
Hold on, wait, go back. What did you say about the training? I missed the training part. What did you say?
So I'm learning. I'm training right now to be not be a psychologist, but more of an assistant to a psychologist. Okay. And so there's classes that I'm helping my mom assist in. Okay. And so some of the things, literature that I'm learning right now, is pretty much basic knowledge. Okay. At least it's basic to me, but it's not basic to everybody else that I'm having interactions with on a regular basis. Okay. With this class. If so, we wouldn't be having any counseling sessions because everybody would be all the way there where they need to be.
But what did you say though? I missed the training. What was it?
Well, I'm saying I'm dealing with people that are saying a lot of ridiculous stuff. Okay. And some of it is very abusive. Some of it, it's just a lot of different stuff that they're saying. And I'm like, what? You think like that? This is how you operate? Like it will seem abnormal to everybody else, but it's normal in their minds because of their upbringing or because of their life experiences, whatever it is. And a lot of times, if they haven't gotten the proper help or the education or whatever, in the allotment amount of time that they needed prior to me, then they will not be at the place where they need to be at. And so I can't, that's the reason why they're coming to me for assistance, because they don't have the knowledge of how to regulate themselves or whatever case it be. And some of the ones that are troubled, they're like, you know what, man, I appreciate you for your help. Thank you. And they keep coming back and asking me more questions, asking me for more help. And so these are people that don't know, but they're eager to learn. Am I making sense?
I don't know. Nah, I ain't gonna hold you.
I know I get misunderstood all the time. I know.
All right. I ain't wanted. I was just gonna let you. I was trying to catch it. I never got to it, man.
I'm just saying, you only know what you know according to the place that you're at mentally. I may know business, but the next person may not know business because they haven't learned it. Or
but this isn't that though, right? Because this is about ethics at the end of the day, and
right. But not everybody's taught ethics. Okay.
Yes, we are. Everybody's taught ethics. It's a natural function in our society. It's a natural function. It's not even like something you necessarily have to. It's intuitive. Like, what do you mean? We're all taught ethics. Absolutely.
Do you respect your elders? Do you respect your elders?
Generally, I respect everybody generally, but do I feel like I gotta respect?
Respectful.
Yeah, if they respectful, yeah, I don't respect them. Fuck them if they ain't.
Okay, if they're respectful, okay.
Fuck them and feed them fish if they disrespectful.
Right. So
You ever seen Push Mama off? You ever seen Push Mama from the Train? That's the type of time I'll be on with these old motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. Throw Mama from the Train. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example. I was raised to respect my elders. Now, when I say raised to respect my elders, meaning that I don't say anything derogative, I don't say anything wrong, or I don't yell at them, I don't do all the all the little stuff that's out of line as a child to an adult.
How old are we talking?
What you mean?
When you say elders, because I'm technically an elder now, but
yeah. I guess we'd be considered elders, and I guess mid-30s, whatever the case would be.
Mid-30s, I'll yell a mid-30s niggas down in a heartbeat if I was like, I yell a motherfucker. I yell a nigga in his mid-30s down like a dog in the street. I don't give a fuck about him. What you talking about, man?
But no, I had a 15-year-old say, "Hey, can you tell them you my daddy?" So that so that way I can get them I'm gonna explain the scenario here because y'all gonna probably like, this is weird here. I actually I used to do Uber, and I used to do deliveries, and I used to pick up passengers, whatever. And there was this one group of kids that I picked up, and me, I'm the kind of person I like to make conversation with everybody. That's what I do. I get higher ratings, I get bigger tips, whatever the case to be. And it's like I don't do it for that. I didn't do it for that reason. I'm just a very outgoing people person. I love people. And so I proceeded to have a conversation with them. I said, "Hey, so how was school today?" All this kind of different stuff. And as many times I've picked up kids, I've never had this type of interaction. But literally, one of the kids that was in the car, they started to talk to me. But the one that was sitting behind me was like, "She don't want to talk. She don't got to talk." I said, "Oh, okay, excuse me." So I shut my mouth. Now we talking about elementary kids. Now, like I said, I'm raised differently, not to talk like that to elders. But apparently, her parents is teaching her something different. Now, like I said, the young girl that was talking to me, we was having a good conversation. But the other girl behind me started interjecting and said, "She don't want to talk. She don't got to talk, but she's clearly talking to me." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." I don't know. But not everybody's taught. The point I was trying to bring with that was, not everybody's taught home training or how to handle the elders, whatever the case may be. And so I can't expect them to be where they're at. But if they're willing to learn, hey, I'm gonna teach them.
So basically, some people are taught. Some people are taught because it sounded like that little baby was taught consent. That's all. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, according to this conversation, that's what it sounded like. But like I said, the girl that was talking to me, she was willingly talking to me. Like, we was having a full-blown conversation. The other girl interjected and said, "No, don't talk."
Well, the other side too, I mean, obviously we weren't there, but the girl who was engaging in conversation to you, there is a thing where people feel obligated to maybe talk if someone is talking to them. Mm-hmm. But the other girl is like already clocked that and was like, "No, we don't feel like talking. We don't want to talk," kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been the other part, because a lot of children are raised to be people pleasers and to be doing things that are uncomfortable to them because it's an adult.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I don't teach my son none of that shit. He ain't got to talk to nobody.
Yeah, and when my son, I mean, he's 13 now, but when he was young, I didn't make him hug and kiss family if he didn't want to. No, he doesn't have to. He doesn't want to.
As long as he ain't rude, you ain't got to talk to. You ain't got to say shit to nobody. I don't care. You ain't got to talk to me. Shit. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, my oldest daughter, she the same way. I talk to her, and she don't never talk back. I said, "Okay, I'm gonna come back to you. We'll talk later. Whenever you're ready to talk." I don't force her either, but I'm just saying it's just different. It's just, I don't know.
Hey, hold on. Somebody Cash App earlier. They said the Dustice League is powering up. Hosted, appreciate the super chat. She said public faces be killing me. I'll be really trying to understand, y'all. Y'all gotta, I can't hide. That's just how my face is. I'll be really trying to hear and comprehend, and sometimes it just don't be going though. It don't be, the curl don't quite be curling. But the prototype came up. He said he understood what Ambassador was saying, so I brought him up.
Yeah, first I don't want to seem like I'm trying to like honor the men that don't know, but I do get it because I was once there too. Every family ain't taught the same, or every family don't run the same, right? So
you think we don't know that?
Huh?
You think we don't know that?
Yeah, but they don't know that. The people that doing it, they don't know that. They don't know that they up under a doctrine of misogyny, which is like, it further your point. But what I'm trying to say is like, if this young man family taught him the better way to approach somebody, my family might have been not taught me that. So am I limited to what I'm taught?
What?
Exactly. Oh my God, you don't understand that, public?
Nah. Say that again. Did I was the only one that missed that?
Thought, like,
What did I miss that?
it sounded like there was more. I was waiting for something else to be added to that, so maybe I didn't catch it either.
I got you. So, Pub, you remember when you said you were running a gun and at 20-some years old?
Uh-huh.
Did your family tell you the better way to approach women?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You wasn't taught that, and that's what I'm saying. So once you get the understanding that you were doing something wrong, you leveled up. Shout out to the level up.
No, I knew I was doing wrong though. I didn't need somebody to tell me I was doing wrong because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. So I knew I was doing wrong.
And we learn outside of our home too. So we're not just at home, guys. Like, we are influenced by the outside
books,
world.
music,
So
movies,
we're
friends.
Not just getting everything that we have when we leave our house didn't just come from our homes. You know, they're a big part of it, sure, but like that ain't the only thing that is influence. But also to the point, if Public didn't have it in his house, at some point he made a choice. He had other outside sources that sparked something to start challenging himself, like many people do.
I got to read the super chat. Tawana said, if you were taught right from wrong at home, school books, TV movies, and people show you what is right and wrong, plus it is innately in us. If you were never taught right from wrong at home, school, I got you. Yeah. If you were never taught right from wrong at home, society will teach you right from wrong. There's natural consequences to you doing stuff.
The right and wrong is not always accurate though. When you get it from society, society has their own way of teaching, has their own doctrine, and it could be so warped. Like I've had men try to teach me their way of doing things. Like you said earlier, Public. You said earlier that men like that guy that came up here talking crazy, whatever he was talking. You had men like him teaching you how you should be as a man when it comes to dealing with women. But you soon learn how to overcome that. But there are some people that have not got to that pinnacle point in their life and say, "Hey, I need to overcome this because this is not the right type of doctrine."
I just did that. Yeah, I can't even take credit for that shit. That was somebody else taught me that shit. That's what I'm saying. You missed my super chat. Why? Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. You learned. Go ahead.
Hold on. I gotta read these super chats. I missed these too. I didn't see them. One part of the male gender will commit these heinous crimes, and the rest will make sick ass excuses to continue their behavior. That's facts. That's kind of like what's happening right now, real time. Remind women again. How is it not all men? I ain't got the. Sounds like entitlement to me. All this money on Ambassador. I'm
entitled. Oh my God.
That's 9. They got 9 on the Ambassador. Hey man, you Ambassador, I don't know if you know. I don't know. Wait, but I don't know if you know what you're saying is kind of you saying a lot of wild shit, bro. Like you saying wild shit. Like and I'm not. Hey man, I'm just telling you what shit sound like to me, and what I'm not gonna speak for nobody else but me. It sound weird. It sound wild to me. E done already done pushed back on it a few times. So I know it ain't just me, but it's at least me and E and some other people. So, and Miss Not For Everyone feel the same way. Like you saying like the shit, it's you saying that we're misunderstanding you. We're not. I think you just, I don't think you understand the things that you're saying are extremely problematic. You see what I'm saying? I don't think we're misunderstanding you. We get what you're saying. They're just extremely problematic. You don't think that could be possible?
This brother prototype just said the same thing I was saying, and I understood what he was saying. Of course, he's able to reword it in the best way.
He didn't say nothing though. It was nothing to it.
I ain't finished though, Paul.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening. You don't want to be associated with the prototype. The prototype is he ain't the one that ambassador. You want to watch. You'll listen to him some more. He'll say some crazy shit and say, go ahead, we listening to you, the prototype.
So even with what you said about you knew right from wrong at the point when you were doing wrong, it's still the fact that some people got that doctrine just like that, but with another caveat that they don't know how much they affect a person. I'm not caping for the people that do it. I'm just simply speaking on the situation for itself. So what I'm trying to say is, even just take me for example, when I was like just out there doing this and that, I didn't know how much I affected that person. So me knowing that sexuality was the show pony of how you supposed to approach a woman, that's what I acted on because it worked. But deep down, they didn't want it.
Hey,
so
hold on, the prototype. Y'all know I love to do this. I gotta do it. What if I was a racist white tea person and I was saying problematic racist white tea people shit, and you kept clocking it, and my rebuttal to that was, I just wasn't raised that way to understand it. Would you give me a pass? Do you give racist white tea people a pass?
I mean, that you can't equate that to a relationship though. It's no familiar with that. It's no like you can't do that.
What? 1,000% you can. What are you talking? It's the same shit.
But okay, look, with the racist stuff, it's no engagement. It's no engagement towards us like in a positive light. But with a relationship,
what? What are you talking about? What you talking about, bro? Can you answer the question or not? If we was up here and I was a problematic white tea, it ain't got to be me. Just in general, do you give white tea people a pass for being racist because they weren't taught anything else?
That's a loaded question, Paul.
I swear it's not.
I mean, if they don't know, how would they know if racist or not?
I'm asking you, do you give them a pass?
Yeah, I give them a pass.
Yeah. Oh my God.
If they don't know, you gotta give them grace. But once I tell you and you do it again,
nah.
The second time,
nah, bro. Not me.
I mean, I get it. We on the net.
God bless you.
Elijah goes out the window on the net. I get it.
Wait, like wait. What I'm saying is illogical?
Okay, just say what you said again. You said that if they never been told anything about the understanding of what can be said to be racist, right? Okay, cool. I articulate them. This is racist, what you just said. They say, okay, they do it again. Yeah, I'm on their ass at that point, but not the first point. At some point, they got to have grace if they don't know.
I agree, me personally, because my husband, he had a really terrible childhood. His parents were homeless and they were in a terrible, dysfunctional relationship. And that's why he knocks my head between the washer and the dryer. We've been together for 9 years and I accept it because he has been terrible. Also, I have 8 baby daddies. And I've done that because I also have been in a terrible childhood my entire life. And I just don't know any better. So I just open my legs and just give birth to all these kids and just make all these terrible decisions because I just don't know any better. I know that I'm now 35 years old. And all of these decisions have been made behind me not knowing anything. But you have to give me a pass. Isn't that right? Prototype, like that's how you sound.
I mean, if it's a pattern, look at the pattern. What you saying?
But this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Consequences happen whether it's intentional or not. At the end of the day, if I'm driving down the road and I'm speeding and I get into a car accident, yes, it was. I didn't mean or it didn't intend for that to happen. But my actions come with consequences regardless of why I did what I did. So what you're trying to do is say, hey, this person did this because they didn't have a certain type of upbringing. But the reality of it is that no one gets a pass when you do something you're not supposed to do. You get consequences. So what are you asking us to do? You're saying, what are you asking us to do?
I'm just saying, check it. Once you check it and they do it again, I mean, I don't know how to make it more.
Listen, we're not talking about that. Let me tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about, okay, let me just say this real quick, because I don't even want to get into it with prototype, because prototype don't know how to act. I came up to really say this. All I've heard constantly is people saying, oh, we need to get educated. We need a proper homes. How are you supposed to know? We need to get on the internet. People don't have people like PPG, BBG, and public to talk about. You know what's crazy? And I haven't heard anybody mention it yet, is the fact that women are telling these men. Women are telling these men. They have access to women left and right. In fact, their victims are women. You think these women are not coming up and saying, I don't like the way you treat me, or could you give me more time? Don't pressure me into having schmecks because you took me to Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? Women are saying these things, but the reality of it is misogyny stops men from being able to hear women, believe women. And that's where it all starts from. It ain't have nothing to do with how you were raised, what your daddy was like, if your daddy was home, or none of that. The fact of the matter is, y'all don't listen to women. So it wouldn't be that hard if you just listen. So when we get up here talking about, my childhood this, my childhood that, baby, I can't use that excuse. If I have 3 kids right now, 3 different baby daddies, and I go on here and tell myself, well, I didn't have the best upbringing. You think a man is going to give me the time of day?
No.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I don't understand why y'all are considered to be so quote unquote superior, and I'm supposed to be the weaker sex, but we can't get y'all to use the logic that so-called Sky Daddy gave y'all to actually navigate life without ruining other people's lives. That's insane. At some point, y'all gonna have to be as strong as y'all say y'all are.
I gotta read the super chat. Evie said, "You understand when it's done to you, but not when you do it to others. So you lack empathy." That's what I've been saying this whole time. It's not. Every time we have a conversation around consent with other men, I don't understand. I do understand. I got to stop saying I don't understand. It's frustrating how little men are willing to accept responsibility for it, though. Like, it really is. Blaming it on the fact that you weren't taught, blaming it on the fact that your mama didn't do this or your daddy didn't do that. That shit got to stop today. Like, on some real shit. Like, we got to end that shit right now. Saw said pub, but based on attraction, women bit bop hip hop. Hold on. Women bit bop hop hip. That's why it's on them. See what I'm saying? Nah, that's not. I don't understand.
I can't breathe.
Hold on, man. Let me read that shit again. That shit funny.
Trying to be funny, man.
But based on attraction, women bit bop hop hip. That's why it's on them. See what I'm saying? Hey, man, y'all do be speaking in some undistinguishable riddles.
I mean,
y'all riddly as fuck. We gonna start calling you niggas the Riddler.
But just think about it. If you get lost in the sauce trying to explain people in an institutional way, shit, you think they're gonna get it in, and if they don't get it in the basic way, they ain't gonna get it in a conventional institutional way either. So, what I'm really trying to say?
I need what are them captions? I need a translator or caption. What did you just say?
It's not going nowhere, bro. Hold on, let me finish. Ms. Not For Everyone said, "SA is not a relationship." What the hell is this? Oh man, we done hit rock bottom, y'all. We out here wilding right now. We done lost the plot. We done lost the plot for real. Y'all really crazy today. What happened? It can't be this serious.
I hate we be having to go down a rabbit hole because I understand, Paul. Like I truly
do. You understand?
I promise you I do.
I don't be feeling like y'all be understanding, man, because y'all be asking some of the wildest questions. And we we gotta have the whole conversation is derailed right now because we should be so far further along, right? But instead we're stuck on men just going, yep, we need to do better. Now we stuck on, but if we wasn't taught, then well, how can we know? But you know, how you gonna blame me if my mama, if I wasn't raised with a daddy, like whatever it is, like, bro, come on.
That's the thing. The men that can rationalize and say, okay, I understand what y'all saying. Shit, they come in here and get beat down, so that tends for them to do the fight or flight technique.
You blaming us?
They
That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
I think.
Oh, nah, bro.
Listen. Like what they said I think
I reached my capacity.
Chastising is a good idea, but I feel like if you tell somebody down, you got to bring them back up.
What's wild is how men want to always lead with, I'm the protector, I'm the provider. You know, you want that role, you want that title, you want whatever else you guys get from that fantasy. And in the same breath, you are asking for some outlandish, like, grace. It's wild.
The amount of grace.
Now you guys sound like you're like school-age children who are still learning how to, like, are you serious?
Give me grace. Like, I'm 35.
Where's the accountability? Where's the responsibility? And if you're not a man participating in the things we're talking about, you do know men and are around men and boys who could use you to have in their lives and check them and model the behavior.
Yeah, we definitely in the spooky.
Otherwise, it's like, I mean, y'all are responsible for y'all. Period.
We in the spooky hours right now, y'all. Hold on, let me read this. Let me read this Cash App. Please tell him to stop trying to sound intelligent. That's
I mean, define intelligence. Y'all act like intelligence is just retaining a bunch of words.
I think they saying you trying to use big words, man. I'm gonna put it simply.
My mom has a question for you, Prototype. You here? Hey, Prototype.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know now?
Ma'am.
Do you know now?
That's a fair question.
Nouns?
Yeah. Do you know now?
Now.
Do you know now? Have you been enlightened?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Speed now? Are you up to speed now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well then, each one teach one.
That's Mama. Thank you. I guess we arrived. They said it's not working. By the way, Denise said it's not working. I mean, okay, that was just wild, man. That was just a wild. Like, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't know if you are enlightened, but hey, you like it, I love it. I'm gonna take your word for it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Also, my mama don't know Prototype. This is her first time ever watching your live. She don't know. I know that this man ain't learned a damn thing. You understand me? Okay, I know. But tomorrow he gonna be on the same bullshit as usual. But she don't know that. But we gonna, mommy, I'm gonna keep you updated, honey. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mama updated on your foolishness. Okay.
The ambassador came back. What's good, ambassador?
Yeah, I'm just applauding mama. That was the whole point I was trying to make, is that, okay, the question I want to ask is, do you know now? And he's just one of the we just one of the individuals that probably didn't know, and now we know now because we came across this platform.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me read this super chat. This one gonna hurt. Brace yourselves. Hold on to your butts. Formerly known as said, why do black males sound like Pootie Tang? Side-eye Tang.
Hey, that was a good show, though.
Oh, my God.
Tippy time on the running kind.
Oh, my goodness. Who is Pootie Tang?
She just said, why do black males sound like Pootie Tang? It could be me. I'm a black male. I don't know. Side-eye Tang. Side-eye Tang.
Pootie Tang, that karate dude from...
You never watched Pootie Tang? I guess that's like a cult classic. I don't know.
Yeah, they're the nigga that had that belt then.
Yeah. Pootie Tang from the Chris Rock show, and then he got his own movie. But yeah, started on the Chris Rock show. If y'all ever used to watch the Chris Rock show, like I used to watch the Chris Rock show, Pootie Tang was a staple. That nigga was so funny, he got his own movie.
He was mean with that belt.
That belt was a motherfucker. That shit was kind of nigga take that motherfucker off. Hey, he used to put his belt back on, but like he wouldn't loop it around. He just put it back on like that. It would just go back around. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I ain't never seen a nigga put his belt on without like putting it through each belt hoop. He just would just do it. And just, that motherfucker go back and whip back around and go into
The segment thing would kill me.
Damn, man. I'm gonna watch Pootie Tang with my son one day. I hope he like that shit because I'm gonna be crying like a motherfucker. All right, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna end it. I think we have arrived at a terrible place, but you know, y'all enjoy y'all stay at the worst motel. Cause it's fucking
never coming back, Paul.
It's terrible over here. This motel got roaches and everything. This shit not clean at all. You're gonna get bed bugs for sure. And it's COVID going on. So yeah, just whatever though. I thought we was gonna get somewhere. I ran back the prompt. We ended up in Dustopia. But I appreciate everybody coming up, man. Damn, that was a doozy. How we didn't. Damn, man. Higher level. Looked out for the prototype, man. She goes, stop it. Oh. No problem, Julie. Literally no hope. Osa said literally no hope. Y'all got me wanting to give up in this motherfucker. God damn, that was brutal. And where did we get to? Ultimately, did we not arrive? Did we not arrive at the place where is misogyny not the number one reason? Still? Niggas that told me it was a lack of education, their daddies wasn't there, they didn't have no shoes in the 3rd grade. Like, it was still misogyny. A fake counselor is crazy. No, they avoided accepting it. You know why? You know why they avoid accepting it though, y'all? If we accept, thanks, Marion, appreciate you. Hey, y'all, Bane and Cash App one time on the way out. Hey, if men accept that it is misogyny, then we actually have a monster to fight. We actually have like a tangible thing to fight against. And now we got to put in the work. So instead, we just run around saying it's this way, that. No, nigga, it's misogyny. Appreciate you, higher level. No, let me simplify it for y'all. It's misogyny. Nah, it's not impossible either. It's possible. We can take accountability. It ended on a Pootie Tang though, so everything is cool. Hey, if we reference Pootie Tang at any point in time in the show, it's a cool show for me. They was blame shifting like a motherfucker, Ocean. They was passing the blame around. My mans came up here, Ali came up here to defend his religion. That shit didn't go well. He ended up proving my point even more. He ended up teaching me some shit about the Quran. I had no idea. So the Quran is just a book to tell men boys will be boys. That's what I got from that. Did y'all get that from the book? I just got, so it just tell men that boys will be boys. Jesus Christ. Keep your eyes down. Keep your eyes down? You can't even look a woman in her eye? That wasn't irrelevant. That was very relevant. That was very relevant to what we were talking about at that time. Oh, yeah, we already know the Bible is. I don't even. telling women they need to go to go to large bodies of water, dress like it's a chilly day in spring in the middle of summer is wicked, diabolical work. Telling women that they got to show up to a beach like it's a brisk day in spring, it's a brisk day in fall, in the middle of August, and cover their heads just so men can control themselves. Wicked. I don't care what y'all say. If that's what God is irrational. That don't make sense. Let me tell you that right now. If that is what y'all God is telling you, that your God is irrational. It doesn't make sense. Meanwhile, I get to swim in my shorts and no shirt, free as a bird. Who want to be wet with a shirt on and pants? I understand like a wetsuit. You a surfer. You bodyboarding. You boogie boarding. I don't want to have no fucking clothes on. Crazy clothes at the beach. That type of shit only happen in movies when you go to the beach with your clothes on. Like, I'm not doing that shit. I was looking at them ladies. I was watching them. I was mad as hell. I was at the beach, hot as fuck, mad as shit. I was sitting there like, this shit's so goddamn crazy. I would never make a law. Like, where would you want to wear? I'm just saying it. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing stuff like that, remnants of a time that should be forgotten. And we over here trying to keep this tradition for what? Because men still ain't figured. So you mean to tell me men ain't evolved one bit? You telling me men haven't evolved one bit? When was the Quran written? 900 years ago? 1,000 years ago? When was it written? 600 years ago? When was it? I don't know. Oh, whatever. We still ain't evolved. We still the same motherfuckers. God damn. 600 years ago. That sound about right. 600 years ago. We ain't got no better. Damn. Wow. There you go. Thank you, Samantha. Damn. That's depressing. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. That's low key. Yeah. Yeah, that's depressing. I don't get that at all. How is that possible? How is that possible? Seriously. Clothes is what makes you drown. That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, why would you wear clothes in the water? That's dangerous. Yeah, man. Yeah, Julie, it hit me. I'm learning more and more every day that I ain't gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it's disappointing. That's all I'm gonna say. It's disappointing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I get stressed. Let's put it like that. I do. I'm getting a little stressed. It's definitely a little stressing. Definitely. I'm not understanding. That's tough. How you blame me? I'm not giving up. It's just goddamn no. But 1,600 years, you niggas is the same. Y'all the same. We the same. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that one. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's brutal. Oh well. Hey, we trying. We gonna do what we do. They hate reading, but we'll read misogyny manual. Ali said they hate reading, but they'll read a misogyny manual. The problem is getting worse. Damn. Damn shame they the same. I didn't know, y'all. Y'all got to give me a minute. Give me a second, okay? Just, I didn't know. I didn't think about it like that, but yeah. That's kind of disheartening. You know what I'm saying? Man, that was bad, but whatever. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll try a new angle. Why don't we, right? Appreciate y'all. Thanks for everybody on the YouTubes. Let me hit these up real quick. Appreciate all the mods, the best mods in the business, man. To Nigel, appreciate the super chat. Miss Chrissy, baby. Teddy Bear coming in here. Lux, seeing how does it feel to be a real life crash out? Oh, that was Lux that did that. I didn't even notice that. Intently purposeful, appreciate you. To Nigel, Sunrise East, Osa, formerly known as Tawana, Evie, Nana Paper Planes, Sean Diallo, Yasmin, or Yasmin, Ms. Not For Everyone, Salt, Evie, appreciate y'all. Everybody on the YouTubes, man. Thanks for liking the live. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow.